gone now. Oh, all right. Are we on, see?
Yeah, we're on.
We're on. All right. Welcome to Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast, episode 168. Oh, this is the sequel show. How about that? The first time we've ever done a sequel to another podcast. And since we're doing a sequel to our
Not the first time at all. That's fine.
What do you mean, not the first time? When did we do a
Halloween retrospective part 1 and 2. Friday the 13th retrospective part 1 and 2.
That doesn't count. That's different. That's different. This is a sequel in like a matter of a theme, like, you know, Best of 21. Well, now 21. This is a sequel to Best of 21 part 2. But I mean,
so
when
wait a second here. When I went on my rant last week about how we were at the 3-hour mark and change when we were just finishing on number 11s. And I said, why don't we just pick this up next week for the final episode of the year? And everybody's like, oh, no, we can't do that. We could have done that because we're doing that.
I was okay with that.
But now we give the listeners so much more. They got 6 hours on that show, and they're going to get another regular show here. And on top of it, we've done the right thing. It's a true sequel in every sense, where everybody in the original comes back for the sequel because Mr. Watson is here again to join us. This is the way it's supposed to be. Hi, Watson.
Didn't he
I
die
can't
in
argue
part
that.
1?
Hello.
That is awesome. That is awesome. However,
see how it is?
However, I love that and so much more. Because you always hear that, but you're what is so much more? Because it's usually nothing. When they always say it's got this, it's got that, it's got this, the left, right, and everything, and so much more. And you're like, what? They've listed everything here. I want the so much more. So we're giving you, listeners, the so much more.
Whip out Junior.
Yeah.
Beautiful. See, well said, buddy.
He's so much more.
He's extra.
He's extra.
I can't use that word. No, actually, I have a list. It's funny you talk about terms, and I just said extra. I have a list here just for shits and giggles, and it was what do you call it? It's words. It was an article I saw somewhere. It said words that should be banned in 2022 and on. Just like words that phrases that people are sick of and that are tired, and that people should just put them to rest.
You go, girl.
I think we said a lot of those words last episode.
Well, let's try to improve on that then. If we said those words.
I don't think we said those words, Dave.
Yeah.
There's always room for
Yeah, you're catching on. All right.
Why is extra on the list?
No, I just added that. That's a personal one of mine that I've noticing people are saying extra. It's a thing lately.
Dave, can you use that in for the last time, use that in a sentence? Would that be like, would I be using it correctly if I said she is being so extra right now? Is that what?
Yes, in a manner of speaking. Yeah,
okay.
Like I went, yeah.
What does it mean?
Extra.
Yeah.
It just means that they're, like even better than expected or something like
thing?
that. Like, oh man, even better than the real thing. Yeah. Like right now, I could say, man, I watched that Bills game last night. Man, they won 47 to whatever the hell the final 14. Man, they came out there. They were extra. You know what I'm saying? They could have won if they scored 30 points, but they were extra, 49 points or 47.
I just think you should not be allowed to say extra in 2022.
I never said it before.
Yeah, I know why now.
Or so like someone's performance in a movie. You could be saying this, and this. Oh, and what's her name? Oh, wow, she was extra. You know what I'm saying? That's
so it's not derogatory. It's a compliment.
Like extraordinary, just a short form.
Okay. Huh.
Like extraordinary. Yeah. Extraordinary. Like, I mean, are they just short forming it?
Give me something.
Yeah, I got a latch onto this term.
Hold on. Let me Google
it. Dave's gonna be like, extra means extra is short for extraordinary. Change my mind.
Yeah.
Let's see. Saying extra. Let's see. Extra. No, that's ridiculous.
Check the Urban Dictionary.
Oh,
I was just thinking that scene.
I am. What are you guilty of being extra? Here's what it really means. Oak on fleek, cray, turnt. Oh boy, this is 2017. That's how old this article is.
Okay.
Internet slang, blah, blah, blah. Meat extra. Okay, hold on. What does it mean? Extra is defined. by the ever so scholarly Urban Dictionary as excessive dramatic behavior doing the absolute most. So basically, when your Aunt Linda asks for the 4th time while single, then declares, "Who am I to judge?" loudly enough for everyone at the dinner table to her, she's being extra. Okay.
Actually, doesn't sound like a good thing.
So I'm being extra every show.
Yeah, you guys are extra.
Your podcasting skills are extra.
But that's a word, Dave, you're saying that should be stopped here in 2022. Do you have other words?
Me personally? I don't know. Let me look at the list that I have that was written by the people, and then we can get into it. We don't want to start off with negatives.
By the people.
Well, by whoever wrote the article. I don't want to start off with negatives and say, we shouldn't be saying this and that, because who am I? I guess we all have things personally that rub us the wrong way. We've said that many times on this show, right? How many things on the internet and everything else? Holy shit! I mean,
poo-poo really got me the other day.
Poo-poo's my new one now. Yeah, poo-pooed. But I've been saying that in my household for years. I guess I never used it on this show before.
Honey, we're out of toilet paper, and I just poo-pooed myself.
See what happens when you don't have a what do you call it? What's that thing called?
Mud flap.
Mud flap. I totally forgot. I couldn't remember.
See? I poo-pooed all over the floor.
Oh no!
Didn't Brandon poo-poo because he didn't have a mud flap?
Yeah.
See, so in 2021. So okay, so now in 2022, are you going to change your ways as a New Year's thing and use a mud flap?
I'm not sticking anything up my ass.
Not even his pinky.
Watson, what do you think about that whole mud flap story and deal and everything that happened? And you never weighed in on this. You're here now.
Never.
Gosh,
did you think I was ridiculous for putting something there? Because
be honest.
Listen, when it comes to hygiene, you got to do what you got to do. So if it takes, it takes.
That feels very contradictory. Like, it doesn't feel like it's going in towards hygiene. It feels like it's going totally the opposite way. It's like cleanliness and godliness, mud flapping.
Godly.
God is
on the one hand, you have the cleanliness and godliness of the bleached asshole.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you got the mud flap. You guys have come full circle in the amount of years you've been doing this. This is good. This is the evolution of the Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast here on episode 168. Yeah, you guys are advanced. Evolution. You guys are extra.
See? I was just going to say, extra. That's it. That's when it would be used. Yes. The words out of my mouth. I was going to say. Yeah.
Oh,
extra.
buddy.
Boom. You're on it. On it like a bonnet. Oh, man.
All right. There's our second phrase that should go for 2022. On it like a bonnet.
Like a bonnet.
I've never said that in my life. I don't even know where that came from.
I prefer if you make that the last time you ever say it.
Yeah, please. Please don't make that a household saying. Out of curiosity, did you guys watch Yellow Jackets? Because my wife had watched the first 2 episodes, stopped, said it was so damn good that we ended up rewatching it all together last night, the first 2 episodes. I was kind of like... Yeah, I've only watched 2. I'm on board, but I'm also a little bored.
I'm bored?
You're the only person. You're the only person. I'm 9 episodes in. Tonight's the finale. It's getting rave reviews, and it deserves it because it's fantastic. Now, as long as it doesn't shit the bed like the Dexter finale did.
Did it really? Oh, what a shame.
People are defending it and loving it. It was atrocious. But Yellow Jackets... It
might be a Dave Z ending. Okay.
Yellow Jackets is fantastic.
Well,
were you talking about the new...
The new Dexter.
Sorry, C.
No,
Dexter
it's okay.
shit the bed and new Dexter shit the bed.
Oh, dang it. I was hoping you were going to say the new Dexter righted the wrongs. Bummer. Okay.
See, that's what I heard it did.
The show was doing well. The show was doing well. You talking about the finale, I think.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Unbelievable.
But Yellow Jackets is great. It goes in a lot of crazy directions, I think.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's it. I think that's exactly it. I think I want it to get to where it needs to go faster, but obviously they're building to something. I'm just not. Usually I like the fragmented storytelling. I'm not sure if I'm enjoying it as of right now. But there's so much intrigue with one segment of the storyline that I just want the show to narrow and just focus on that. But I know I understand why.
What is Yellow Jackets about? I've heard of it, but I don't know a thing about it. Could you sell it to me? Like how's it work? How's this Yellow Jackets work?
Ultimately, it's about the lives of a female soccer team called the Yellow Jackets, and their lives in mid 1990s in high school while they're playing for the team. What? No, it's not Ladybugs.
You
were thinking of Lady.
Wait, is that the one where the dude pretends to be a girl and is better than all of the girls?
Yes, Rodney Dangerfield's in it. I don't know how they got him back
one of the guys.
from the dead. But he comes back and goes, "Whoa, hey, I had a rough day today.
Hey, that was a rough plane crash. Whoa.
Whoa. I've been on the ground for 2 decades. Whoa."
So does this soccer team
I gotta
crash
get paid.
or something? Are they stranded somewhere?
They do.
The Ladybugs,
Yes.
the Yellow Jackets.
Yes, they do. They do. And then I mean, again, you'll learn this in episode 1, so I don't think there's spoiler, but if you don't want to hear anything, then just plug your ears for like 2 seconds. And it seems like it goes Lord of the Flies within like 2 minutes, but I know that there's some time that goes on, but it goes a little bit more intense than Lord of the Flies. But the reality is that the acting is phenomenal. The acting's phenomenal. It's my hiccup because I know what they're trying to do, and obviously they're doing it well in the sense of like I'm intrigued of just focusing on one aspect of the story, but they're jumping between timelines, and I just want them to get back to here. And the timelines are really great.
It's 96 and it's modern day.
Yeah.
In modern day, we're following a few of the survivors. We don't know how many people survived. All we know is they were out there for 19 months before they were rescued. And Juliette Lewis plays one of the adult characters, and you got to watch it.
Christine Ritchie does too.
That's why
you would have ever knew it was Christine Ritchie.
Christina.
Oh, whoever.
Ricci, not Richie. It's not Lionel.
Anyway, but anyway, the
Lionel's.
But Brayden, on top of that, the reason I'm saying is it also jumps back to earlier in their lives at the high school time frame, even though we're already established that they're on the island. It's like it's flipping back and forth. It's doing the Lost thing a little bit, which I feel like I know it's a different story, but it's bugging me a bit right now.
So is it horror, or is it more horror adjacent? Would you say?
Or Jason?
Does it?
Yeah, Jason Lloyd. It's horror.
Horror Jason. Horrorphilia. This is horrorphilia adjacent.
It's got enough. I think it's got enough horror based on where I suspect it's going.
Cool.
I'd say it's a little lighter on it.
Cool.
Definitely not. It doesn't shy away from showing the gore though, which is awesome. So, yeah, I'm at a 7.5 right now, but my wife seems to be at like a 9 or a 10. So I'm hoping to get to that level.
Everybody else is like Brandon right now with that giant cock in his mouth, blowing it.
It's good. Why? It's good. I don't get why.
I don't mean you personally. I mean you because of the picture on the screen, which the listeners can't see, of course. But
I don't have it on together mode anymore. I'm back.
Oh, you don't?
I'm back in grid view.
So am I. I went to grid view I did that together mode for 2 seconds because
for some reason
you have to go
together.
You have to go to that together mode to get the grid mode that I like, the large grid mode where we can see everybody.
Oh.
Otherwise, I can't see everybody.
It's really distracting because I just keep seeing that dick going in his mouth. Okay. Let me change this.
Now we're
Double jacket that thing up.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, I've been meaning to bring it up because I feel like Dave should be watching it just because of Juliette Lewis. She's so.
Oh, he'll love it.
Yeah, Dave, you're a big fan of her.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Watson, you'll love it too. It's amazingly acted. I'm just saying, it's my hiccup. I just want it to get moving more. That's my issues with television. Even though TV has gotten way better in the last 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
I still, that's why I love film. In, out, done.
But look, if you want to binge this all as one thing, then you might as well hold off because it was pitched as a 5-season idea.
Oh gosh.
The creators, they're a real life married couple. They wrote 5 seasons for this from start to conclusion. It's coming back for season 2 next year, or maybe the end of this year, who knows when. But it's written for 5 seasons, so
I'm sure I have it. Right? What channel?
What
channel?
Stephen King raved about it too. My wife was saying.
Showtime.
Really? Yeah. Showtime is the only channel I don't have. Oh,
it was on after Dexter. You could do the free trial on Prime and binge it in a week.
Wow.
Oh, it's on Prime for us. We get it on. Was it Prime or
Prime?
Crave? Canadian Prime for us again.
Crime. That's right.
Yeah, Crime. Yeah, we have Crime.
Canadian Crime. Yes.
Crime time.
Wow.
I get no
Just do the wee child on Showtime.
Excuse me, gents.
He's gonna go get some popcorn.
Oh
You're gonna
man.
want to watch 3 episodes at a time anyway.
I'm gonna have to find somebody who has the Showtime app and share information because I have every freaking thing here. There's gotta be a way I can barter with somebody to get this Showtime.
Come on, somebody, pass Dave Z some passwords. Yeah, get this guy on it. Help out Dave Z.
Yeah, I got. You name it, I have it. The only one I don't, I'm telling you, I don't think I have Showtime. I have everything else though. It's freaking crazy.
We need that Sarah McLachlan song playing in the arms of the angels.
Oh, that's
like
it.
only you can help out a Dave Z who needs Showtime streaming. Yeah.
Oh, man, and only you can prevent forest fires.
And you should be outside in the cold, shivering, being like, "I need just Showtime will keep me warm."
Showtime, yeah, exactly. Please.
Speaking of shivering in animals, my cats desperately. Yesterday it was fucking 5 degrees here. My cats desperately want to go outside still. I let Lucky outside. He did not give 2 shits. He went out there like it was fucking
'Cause
80
he was frozen.
degrees. He went,
He's like,
no.
I can't shit.
Well, he wasn't trying to shit. He just likes to go out there to play. He rolls on the driveway. He does this. He explores. He walks around. He has fun. It's his thing. It really makes his life. He cannot. He is so crazy. As soon as he sees me come down the stairs, getting ready for work every morning, he knows where I'm going, and that any moment that door's gonna open to the garage that leads outside, he's right up on me. He's following me around, crying. That is the highlight of his life, is going outside just for those few minutes, So when I have the time, of course I let him. But I'm trying to not reason with him, of course. Number 1, he can't hear. Number 2, it's a cat. But I'm saying it's cold. It's too cold for you. I'm saying,
it's too cold.
Do you sign to him?
But
Yeah.
but he doesn't.
We're
care.
going outside now. Outside now.
Oh man.
Now, do
Well,
you think
the
he's trying to get
bottom line
outside to go home? Like, maybe this is my chance
Oh.
to make it home?
No,
Yeah.
dude. He doesn't want to see anybody else but us. And even if a car comes by, he'll turn around and come back in the garage. He doesn't want to even see another human being except us.
It's that
He has
Stockholm syndrom.
That's awesome. Poor
Is he
Lucky.
Swedish?
Swedish. Bottom line,
Borka.
he enjoyed. He didn't care that it was cold. He was out doing his thing, and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "He has fur. He's equipped. He's okay to be in the cold for a little
He's
bit.
equipped.
He's not going to freeze to death. I mean, if he was out there 24 hours straight or something, I'd be concerned. But they're not
Honey,
like
with that
dogs.
lack of trimming you've been doing down there, you're equipped. Get outside and shovel.
Oh, I just had my 10-year anniversary, and we just went. Oh man, what a time we had!
Oh, what'd you two do?
Wait, whoa!
Shaved,
I don't know if we want to
apparently.
hear this. Oh, what a time we had!
I want to hear it. Irene said I was sweet.
Yeah, she did say you were sweet. Absolutely, yeah.
I had to text Dave, be like, "Yo, happy anniversary to you two.
Yeah,
Love
he
it, love
did.
it." So,
What a guy.
But,
Yep.
hey, I love, yeah. But
I put it out there.
What'd you two do? You guys went to dinner and then.
Yeah, man. We went to the dinner. Last time we were at this place for our 5-year anniversary. This was our 10. So we went out, and it's connected to a hotel, and it's freaking a suite with a whirlpool spa. It's fucking amazing, dude. It's great, and the food. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you it's the best lobster I ever had. I had fucking surf and turf. I had fucking filet mignon and lobster. I'm telling you, everything. It was one of the best meals I've ever had in my life.
Any
was
toast?
Phenomenal.
I
In the
was
morning,
gonna say something
with
about
butter?
toast.
yes. In the morning, I had to have toast because the breakfast they served are things I can't eat. They have eggs, which I'm not going to eat fucking eggs in a buffet. Blech. And then they had
the
it for a
best.
second.
I'm with Dave on that. I don't like eggs at a buffet.
Gross. I don't like them anywhere. Like that kind of eggs.
Unless you're at a
Scrambled?
strip joint, and they pop it out like hard-boiled
Yeah,
eggs,
then you catch it in your mouth and just hard boiled.
Yeah, and I'm talking about Chippendales.
Those weren't hard boiled when they went in.
Out his ass, yeah.
Yeah. Those weren't hard boiled. Like that'd be the best hard boiler. Those weren't hard boiled when they went in.
You push an egg into a male stripper and suddenly it's like ding, it pops out like just ready and warm and
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's like anal beads. Eagle beads.
Holy Rosary.
Oh, shit, the Holy Rosary.
But it was a good breakfast, though, Dave.
Well, yeah. Well, all I had was toast and a couple pieces of sausage links. The potatoes there, but I have the breakfast when they put peppers and shit in them. Just give me fucking hash browns. They always got to be extra with all this shit. And I did it on purpose. I'm saying it on purpose. But they're trying to be extra. This and this, peppers. Just can't you be fucking plain? Just can't there be a bottle of water? Why can't you just have a glass of water without a fucking lime or a lemon in it? It just water isn't good enough for people anymore. It's the same thing here.
That helps detox. You got to detox yourself. A little lemon in the water never hurt anybody.
No, but I don't like it because then the seed gets in there. You drink the seed. Blech, ugh, disgusting.
That's a good point. They should de-seed the lemon.
Well, I can't fuck with citrus fruits. It's bad for my stomach, so it's another thing. But even if I didn't have an issue with them, I don't like shit in my water.
Sounds like a ball to go out with.
Water must be.
Honey, I got to put a mud flap in. The water's got citrus tonight.
Make sure later when you're going down, you don't get too close to the lower ball region. There might be some residue.
The egg might come out.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Man, we're taking a nice, sweet 10-year anniversary. And
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what
that's
we
great.
do.
It's what we do. It was a great time. Dude, it was so great that we got a bottle of wine with dinner, and after having like a glass each, we said, hey, can we cork the bottle and bring it upstairs in the room with us because it's connected to the hotel. So we did. They even gave us the glasses to bring up there. So we had the glasses on the fucking jacuzzi, drinking wine in the jacuzzi, the whole thing. I was fucking all bared up, you know. I was
bared up?
It was.
You had a couple of hairy gay guys with you?
Me.
Oh, no. Okay, now we're talking.
Bared up. I'm picturing the Midsommar.
It's cold.
Brandon was twinked up.
I can't move. Please stop filling the
code
tub.
word for me. It's what I say usually when other people are around. That only the connotation means I had my edible. I had a fucking edible gummy, a bear.
Oh, okay.
Bared up. Oh, Dave, I like that.
Yeah, it was great. So I bared up. I was down in there. We were in the jacuzzi. We were doing our thing. I had fucking YouTube going on the TV. I was watching fish shows. Fucking, it was awesome, man. And then we got desserts. We brought the dessert up to the room. Had it all. I'm telling you, it was magnificent. What a time.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, so
10 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
I'll joke aside.
That was great.
Congrats, man.
It was great. This year, I'm really concerned. Because it's my 10-year anniversary this year, and then on my birthday in August, it's my 50th birthday. So it's like, usually I don't make that big a deal about birthdays and anniversaries, but they both fall this year. Why the hell not? You know, make it. I even came on Facebook for a minute just to make a post, say hello, and so that's how people knew about it. Otherwise, nobody would know it was my anniversary. So
can you believe 50? You don't look 50, man. You don't look 50.
Yeah, you should. Well, my glasses are off, but I know, right? I tell you though, if you knew, well, you did know me before the glasses. I think the glasses make me look older. They make you look like 40.
You should send the glasses to see the way he's looking at his notes these days.
Oh yeah,
get a bit better, better. But holy shit, that fine print, man. They're making it like 2 font. I'm like, get this thing larger. I can't see shit.
Oh, forget about it. Try reading like a medicine bottle now, like the back of a medicine bottle.
I'll just take 5 of these. It's not telling me anything different.
You're toast. You can't do anything about it. So yeah, I did have toast. That whole thing started because someone said
You're toast. I did have toast.
I had toast and butter. The night before I had bread, fucking fresh bread out the oven. You know what I'm talking about? And then they brought those fancy, what do you call it? Those wafers that are like cinnamon and stuff on them, and you dip them in butter. And oh my god. Anyway, I'll stop.
No, don't
That's
stop.
The body of Christ?
There's a couple of things I need to know that I don't know already, which may have determined whether or not I continue to podcast with you. How do you have your steak? How do you order your steak?
Medium. Just medium.
Brandon?
Medium rare.
Watts?
Medium rare.
Okay. Yeah.
See?
That's good. I can stay with you guys. No, I'm rare. Rare.
Damn.
Yeah. Not blue, but rare.
I could go rare too. I would go rare. I would sooner go rare over medium.
But having said that, it's really funny when we go to the States and we order a burger I'm not talking about if you're in like not at a McDonald's or a Wendy's or whatever, but you're actually at a restaurant or something like that, and like they'll ask you, "Do you want it? How do you want that? How do you want that?" I'm like medium well or whatever, because we don't get that option here in Canada. They just cook it thoroughly so that there's no chance of E. coli or whatever. So it's just odd. I know.
Hockey puck, please.
No, but it always tastes fine. But my burgers, I just never thought of it because it's ground, and unless they have their own processes in place that will alleviate the bacteria situation, then it's got to be cooked thoroughly. But steak, you just have to do the and you're good to go.
Well, see, I'll tell you what.
Good to go.
I had well done. I had well done all my life until about a year and a half ago, and
Really?
I started a little more adventurous, and then I said medium well, and now I'm right down to like right in the middle, just regular medium. I'm okay now because I'm such a fan of the, I want to savor the taste, and that's important. And I don't add anything to my steak. I don't put salt and pepper or anything on that. You know what I mean? So I don't do that either. I'm marinated if I make it at home, like the night before, but that's it. So now my wife, Irene, all this time has stayed on the well done freaking train.
Really?
The other night we went out to dinner was the first time ever since I've been with her that she's had a steak that wasn't well done, and she got it medium like me, and she loved it. I had to talk her into it, but I did.
It's good. I like it bloody. I really like it bloody. I love it. I love it like that. I mean, if it's a good cut of meat, it should just cut like butter anyway, and there should actually be very little blood comes out even at rare, depending on the cut. But I can't believe we're talking about steak. But now, what is the extreme of blue on the so extra well done? Isn't that called Chicago or something like that? Isn't there a term for like it's not? I thought it was called Chicago.
No,
I don't know why it's called Chicago. That's why I was asking why I have that in my head.
Ask Jeremy. He'll know. Chicago.
Like
steak.
I'm on a fucking dialogue with Jeremy. Jeremy who?
Message. You're on Facebook. What do I know? Maybe he's there.
Who?
Maybe you're there.
I don't know. It could be Chicago.
Yeah. Speaking of Jeremy, I did watch that documentary and it was really good. Remember JP when he was here said that what do you call it? There was a documentary Jeremy was trying to tell me about on Facebook, but since I'm not there, I didn't know about it. So I watched it. There's a Paranormal Activity documentary on Paramount, and I watched it. It was pretty good. It's like an hour and a half long, and 45 minutes of it was probably just about the first movie, but it was still done pretty well. It was a nice companion piece if you're a fan of the. Even if you're not a fan of them, just to see how the first one was made and everything that went into it, and just things that are interesting. It's a nice doc. So if you have Paramount Plus, get on it.
I love how Jeremy is so busy. Every time we hear he's so busy, he's always working. Yet he sees every fucking movie.
It's his passion.
Before day one.
Yeah, that's his passion. That's all he does. That's his life. Work and go to the movies.
My favorite is still Jason Smith. Why is nobody talking about this movie that dropped 13 seconds ago? I love you, Jason. It's so funny.
It's okay. He's still like 15 episodes behind anyway. But I want...
Damn, he's too busy making movies.
Yeah,
right?
Porn. What were we about to say right before that about Jason Smith and everything? Fuck, who knows?
Jeremy, seeing every
You're talking
movie.
about Jeremy?
Yeah,
Jeremy
I
sees
lost
every
it.
movie?
It's okay. It was probably a bad joke.
When I used to listen to the old episodes of 22 Shots, the OG episodes, Jeremy would talk about, like, oh yeah, I found this in, he'd say something about like in the wild, or I was out hunting, and there was a number of episodes where I was like, this guy, he doesn't sound like it, but he's kind of badass, and it slowly dawned on me, oh, he means like finding movies. He's not actually out with a gun or with a bow hunting. What a pussy.
Yeah, found a copy of Paranormal Activity 2 at Family Video. It's him out in the wild.
Yeah, he shot
out in the wild. Yeah.
Smooth pops out like an egg from a male stripper. He's like, whoa.
I got it in my mouth.
Ooh, soft
First
boiled.
try. Yeah, soft.
I'll
Sunny
tell
and
you
ready.
what, I am sad. I am sad about that Family Video closing because now all the movies I was buying the last 3 or 4 years, Blu-rays and whatnot, I don't get them anymore. Like if there's a new movie that's out now, like a movie from 2021, let's think of a movie like Titan, for example. If I wanted to buy it by now, it's not even out yet on video.
Well, there's a European release. I think the North American release is next week. I
okay.
believe.
A Quiet Place 2. A Quiet Place 2 comes out on
That's
Blu-ray,
out.
right?
That's out.
Okay, it's been out probably for a while.
Day one
right?
buy.
So now, what I would do, day one buy. Now, what I would do is I would wait, and right about this time of year or whatever, I would go to the place and I would get it for like $7 used. Now, I don't mind spending $7. I do mind spending $25. Not gonna do it. You know what I mean? So that's what I miss. Like my collection, I'm no longer collecting because I'm not gonna spend that kind of money. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, everything's expensive now.
I'm not going to do it. I mean, they're not going to. But that's why I really do miss
supply chain issues. They use that for everything now. Supply chain
everything
issues.
now. Yeah, it happened to me yesterday. I went to a drive-thru at Tim Hortons, and I got a
We're out of
bagel with cream
Timbits.
cheese. On the way, guess what they said? They go, "Well, this is what they said. I've never heard this, and I've been all week long. I have had cream cheese on a bagel for one reason and one reason only. I usually don't eat them because they're $1.19 all week long. It's a special if you're on the app." And they're usually like fucking, $2 or $3. So I see that, and I take an opportunity. I get out of work early yesterday. On my way home, I'm going to surprise, my family with things. So I go there and I go order on the
Here's
app.
some cream cheese.
Here's some cheap bagels.
Bagel with cream cheese, things that everybody likes to eat breakfast-wise and lunch, So I get there and I order. Now, if you order on the app, they can't tell you if they're out because that's the way it is. So then I get up to the drive-through. I get up to the window where they're going to hand me the food, and the woman tells me, she goes, "Oh yeah," she goes, "we don't have plain cream cheese. There's a shortage." That's the word she used. So as soon as you said that, meanwhile, I've had one 5 times this week. No one said a word about it.
That's the reason why. You've gone through all their fucking cream cheese.
It's me. Yeah, one fucking asshole.
You're like, listen, bitch.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Yeah.
But
I
now
want some
everything's
flavored
shortage.
cream cheese. Now.
Yeah.
What flavors?
Now they can use. I had to get strawberry. I had no choice.
Ew.
I got strawberry. I know. What are you gonna do? It's paid for. So I'm like, well, I gotta put something. It was either strawberry or they said onion and some shit.
Oh, I would have gone with onion.
No, I don't want that.
Chives probably.
Oh, I wouldn't, dude. Fuck chives. I'll tell you one thing about chives.
Chives.
We went out to this dinner.
You chive turkey.
I don't like green shit on it.
Fuck you chive turkey.
Chive turkey.
I don't like green shit on my food at all. I haven't since I was a kid. Right?
shit.
None. Get the fuck off my plate. So now, the other night we go to this beautiful
Those are called
meal,
vegetables.
and I get a big a big baked potato, and Irene gets lobster mac and cheese, and we were gonna split it. We were gonna cut the potato in half and cut her portion in half, and split the mac and cheese and the potato. Sure enough, the fucking mac and cheese arrives, and there's fucking green shit on it. I go, what is this? I go, I'm not eating it. I go, what is it? She goes, oh, that's chives. I said, nope. So I couldn't even enjoy the lobster mac and cheese because they put fucking shit. Can't it just be enough to have lobster mac and cheese? Well, I'm going back to that.
I expected you to say there were chives on the baked potato.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
they put it on the side. No, thank goodness they had the presence of mind to put sour cream and chives or butter in a little container side you can choose from. Because forget that.
At least
I
there was
look
no
on
chives on the turkey.
Or on the Pope's nose.
On the Pope's nose.
The Pope.
Now you're talking.
C's gonna put chives on his popcorn.
Hey, you
Did you
have
hear
it.
that,
They have
Steve?
that. I heard
Fucking
it.
chives on lobster mac and cheese. Come
Oh,
on, what are you
shit.
doing? Why
I'm not
alien me?
against chives, but I'm
Well, why
I'm a
do it?
weirdo. I'm a weirdo when it comes to certain things. I like a lot of things plain, except hot
too.
sauce. I'm a hot sauce fan, but everything else I kind of like plain.
Do you
I'm
like
not
chives
having
on your
French
hot
fries
sauce?
and one ketchup. But sorry,
I said, do you like chives on your hot sauce? It
yes,
wasn't
I
that
love
funny.
chives. And
Yeah. Ugh. Good God. I can't. That's gross. I don't like anything added. Put it on your menu. This is it. I always check the menu to make sure. You know what I mean? This way I can say, I like to order this. No, this. You know what I mean? I don't want this on there. Could you take this off? I don't want that. You know what I mean? So if there's chives on your lobster mac and cheese, put it in the fucking description, please. Same thing with potato. I mean, put it in there. Why alienate people? Especially these days where every other asshole walking around has a fucking allergy to something or claims they do. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Those made-up food allergies.
Or claiming
Well, only in the United States. Does go to Africa and fucking see how many people have allergies there that aren't eating. They'll eat everything. They'll be just fine. Only in this fucking pussy country does everybody have a fucking food allergy.
It's true though.
We should ignore
decades.
food allergies for
decades.
a year.
Everybody can eat peanut butter, and then all of a sudden you can't eat peanut butter anymore. You come to school.
It is fun though to throw peanuts at kids with peanut allergies.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Is that considered assault with a deadly weapon?
It's only if they're salted.
Hey.
Assaulted.
It's actually assault with a deadly pepper. Check it. It's Salt and Pepper's first album.
All right, guys. Thank you. That was our 2021 wrap up.
Yeah.
I know. Watch is like a get up at the crack of dawn for this shit.
Oh, I haven't slept. I'm rocking and rolling.
I knew it. I knew he
even
had
better.
slept. That's how I would do it too. Yeah.
Yep.
That's how I would.
Seriously, I've always been that way. If I'm gonna get up at the crack of dawn, a real early hour, and I don't have to work, I'm more comfortable staying up all night than sleeping for 3 fucking hours.
Right? Yeah.
6 is early. It's not really early.
Had a few drinks, and I've been off since I've had a bit of an extended holiday going on, so my hours are screwed up. Like yesterday, I think I went to sleep at like 9 a.m. I was texting Jay of the Dead, and he's like, "What are you doing up still? You were texting me at 5 a.m." and I'm like, "I know, I had some drinks, and I'm being a menace right now." And yeah, so I wouldn't be asleep anyway right now. So we're chilling.
Right now.
The man's a menace.
He's a menace.
Picture him walking around his house at 5 a.m. drinking, but like, man, I'm being such a menace.
What movie's that
Chive
from?
turkey.
What movie?
What movie is this line from? The man's a menace. It's something I know that you know. I'll even give you a real big hint, and if you don't get it, you'll never get it. As it's happening, there's a song by Journey playing. I was alone. I never knew that, anything you wanted, that's the way you need it.
It's gotta be Caddyshack.
Yeah.
It is Caddyshack. It has to be Caddyshack.
That's what Ted Knight says when he sees Rodney doing this thing.
So what?
Rodney Dangerfield.
So let's dance. And away. I love that scene.
The more I think about Caddyshack, the more I realize it is a very strange film. I love it, but it's so strange. Think about the comedy in it. It's very weird.
Yeah. Well, half the comedy you couldn't get away with nowadays. Which is, that's
Chevy
why
Chase
people
singing
love him.
"You Were Born to Rub Me First," like it's hilarious, but like it's very weird.
It is funny.
But you were born to rub me first.
Let's face it. There were scenes in all these movies that we loved, that we grew up with, that just would not be able to be done nowadays because they're literally about boys trying to see women naked. And a lot of these, there's whole segments of film dedicated to this journey.
Christian, don't sell yourself short. You're a tremendous slouch.
But it's real life, though. Every kid, when they're young, wants to get a glimpse of a naked woman. The friend's older sister, a Playboy magazine. That is the unfortunate issue that we have with testosterone. There's too much chemical X.
The unfortunate issue.
It's a terrible thing to have.
Good thing I have low T.
They act like animals.
No issues for me.
And small D.
Low T, small D. Huge balls, though. Huge balls.
Nice. Hey, you gotta have something.
Elephant balls.
Elephant ball.
But like, what do you call it? Back to the Future? Remember how he finds his wife?
Yeah.
Well, eventually becomes his wife. He's looking at her through binoculars in a tree in the 50s, trying to see if she's gonna take off her, you know what I mean, her bra in the window. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not going to go down the road there. I'm not saying that you should do that. Of course, I'm saying you shouldn't.
We don't want to get into Watt-Z territory.
People still do it. That's a whole other. Yeah, we don't want to get into that right
creeps.
now. You're right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the creep. Yeah, here we review a movie with the sexiest lesbian scene in mainstream movie history, and all Dave and I are talking about is the psychological underpinnings of the abuse that the character may have gone through her mother. Yeah, we're pervs. Fuck off.
Right.
Fuck
right.
off.
Fuck you.
Right. No.
Can we have that woman guess? Can we have her? Was it a guy or a girl? I think it was a guy too, wasn't it?
Well, the lady who complained about something initially is cool with. I like her, and actually we're cool with the dude. We're cool with everybody. It's all good. It was just, and I was going through the worst part of my COVID at the time, and I threw out my hip in the same day. So like here I am at the last end of COVID, having a 104 fever.
What are you, 90?
103.7 fever, and threw out my hip too. And so I'm like sitting here reading this. I'm just going, I can't do it. And yeah, thankfully we smoothed it over. There's nothing there. It's just, but it goes back to how, it's toxic masculinity is what it is.
Yes, it is.
I just shot some toxic masculinity all over my stomach last night.
Ooh. Ooh. Buddy.
Toxic. But see,
I just silenced the room.
That was the only time I was put to the test.
Dave, no, you were amazing during that conversation back last summer. I mean, you smoothed it out really nicely, and we're friends with everybody now. But I mean, that's the deal, and I think you guys know this, is that, because this show can get pretty, racy sometimes and risque, and you can't be everything to everybody. And WotC's not an offensive show. There was just two people didn't like something small that they perceived we were doing that, for their sensibilities and politics, was what it was. And we had other people, and here's the thing. We had other people, we have a really strong female audience on that show who don't see a problem with that. So whose emotions do you prioritize in that moment? And I'm sure you guys have had that, with the content you've had, where you're like, well, one person doesn't like this and another person does. Who do I prioritize? It's the people who will stick with you and understand who you are. And, you just got to do the best you can, really. And we're not, I don't know. Whatever. It's
a shame.
You can.
Right. God, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid.
You can is good enough.
Well, great song. Fucking radio.
Chive turkey.
Yes, great shit there. Watson. Heaven forbid, Watson and I are attracted to females from the age of 18 to 80. God forbid we look and see an attractive female in her 20s and say, man, she's good looking.
Yeah, and Dave, and that's the worst of it. That's the worst we've ever said. We'll go, oh, pretty lady. And, we're not like, well, look at those titties. I bet her vagina's. We're just pretty lady. Wow, she's cute. Like, we're not commenting on body parts. There's no dehumanization going on. And let's all be honest here that when you are dealing in the movie industry, your job is, for most roles, for leading roles, man or woman, is to look fuckable. That is your thing. There are men and women out there who pose and do their shit on Instagram, making money because they know, hey, I got it and I want to flaunt it and make some cash on the side, get some fame, attention seeking, do all that stuff. It's not a bad thing. I'm not sure why there's this weird pearl clutching thing that people want to embrace their sexuality and then are
trying to look fuckable.
And feel empowered through that. Like we're not even pointing at body parts. We're just like, oh, she's pretty. Or there have been many times where I'm like, yo, that dude. We're like, that dude's a stud. So I don't know. We're a pretty innocuous show, but this is I guess the outlet where we could sort of not really defend ourselves from something 6 months old, because we smoothed it out. But it's one of these things is a joke you've made, and we've never you've made the joke a few times, and there might be a few people going like, wait, what? And so, yeah, it's just we're.
No, I like the fact that that's the funniest part of it. It's like a high level production value through the roof, and besides all of that, an intellectual show, and you got shit on, and yet, I mean, like honestly, the jokes that are made on this show, I don't think we've ever really heard too much negative knock on wood. Here, there, sprinkled around. Definitely not anymore because we're catering to a certain group. And I guess if someone gets offended now, they might just leave Patreon and be done with it. So it's funny to me because I definitely don't think you guys put that out there. And that's exactly what they narrowed in on for an argument.
It'd be off-brand. It'd be off-brand for us to be like, look at her titties and ass. Like we don't. First off, I don't talk like that even with my boys. Like when we're, it is though. It's like that's why we don't swear a lot on the show. That's why it's just not that kind of show. And believe me, I have such a foul mouth, and I'm a piece of garbage. But on that show, I'm less garbagey.
Yeah, but when you use phrases like off-brand. I'd rather you say, look at them titties.
Yeah.
Maybe you could be onto something, buddy.
Well, it's going to get worse now. It's going to get worse as this audience grows, too. See, Watson, that's the thing. Because you mingle with Jay of the Dead and that crew and all those guys have clean shows and would never even say anything like that. So the more people you get through that crowd coming around, especially with this new show that's coming out, which is a good thing for us because I think there's going to be crossover listeners, of course.
Oh, yeah.
It might even lead them to here. I don't know. They might not like it here. But whatever, that's their business. But when they come over to our show, again, they're not used to that stuff because those guys don't do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Which is fine. But
Pink in the ass talk is frowned down upon. Just a tip.
We don't do that on Watsy.
And that's just it. We don't get dirty. It's like Watson.
No.
We're just conversations, and so what? But
I want to be on that. I want to be on that new one, new horror movies. Sorry, Dave. I want to be on that new horror movie. I want to reach out to a whole brand new audience.
Do it.
Inarticulate and just vulgar.
Christian, what if you show up on that show all just, articulate, and you bring your filmmaking prowess to the whole thing, and then they go check out your other shows, and you're talking about how you, TGIF 13, like falling off a cliff, and you jerk off and bust a load, and the kickback helps you land better. That's one of my favorite jokes you and Vince told, like just about you're falling off a cliff and you jerk off really fast, and then when you bust the nut, it helps you land better.
That's how my mind works.
Was crying laughing at work when I was listening to that show because you guys are such perverts, such awesome guys. I want to hug you with.
We got a strong female listenership on that show too. Funny enough,
you do.
Considering I haven't put out an episode in almost a year.
Well, because you're fun. Yeah, because you're fun over there, so.
But it's funny. That's why I make the jokes, because it seems, as you put it, off-brand, even though I'm with Brandon and really would rather not use that term. But it's not what you would expect from that show. And that's exactly what they narrowed in on. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I am going to just latch onto it and bring it up whenever I can.
It's me. It's my luck. I can't. I'm the opposite of Teflon B. I'm shit sticker Dave. I do the same thing. Shit always sticks to me. I can say the same fucking sentence that B says, and no one's gonna say anything about him. But if I say it, everyone's gonna attack me. Notice Watson had no problems when he was on his own with fucking on his show. Soon as I come
someone did want to leave.
She sure did.
That's true. Good old Nikki
Hobbs. God bless her.
Yep. Ah, man.
Is there any follow-up to that? I'm sorry, Dave, because we'll get to it, but I just need to know, do you know who this person is? Has there been any other communication with her?
No, I think she was just somebody that somebody else added to the group, and she was an older lady who wanted to, I don't think she knew how to leave.
She's still trapped in the horror corridor.
She was trapped in the horror corridor. Yep, exactly.
Every door leads to nowhere.
It gets you, and yep.
Sorry, David. Then you're saying you're Teflon B, and I interrupted you as usual. I apologize.
He's not Teflon B.
Points made. Yeah, I'm shit sticker D. He's Teflon B. Everything I say, I get shit on. I get all kinds of. This guy says the same. We can go in a chat. We can say the same fucking. We should test it. We should go in two different chats. B, you should say a comment, and I should say the exact same one in a different chat, and see if people fucking attack.
I still troll as many chats as I can, and nobody even responds anymore.
No,
like it's not fun. Nobody even gets angry anymore, and I'm just. It's funny. Not fun. It's.
The one or two times I go into the Fresh Cuts chat here and there throughout the week, it's always Brandon has made some sort of reference joke, and there's no response to it. And I'm laughing. I think it's hilarious.
That is funny. But that's it. What are you gonna do? We are what we be.
We are.
Maybe it's my passion. Maybe it's my passion. Maybe I'm too passionate in everything I do, and then people see that as a positive sometimes and a negative some other times. I don't know. I don't know what the hell it is.
I wish C had a fraction of your passion. Maybe he'd be a better podcaster.
Do you ever think of my feelings?
No.
See?
No.
Perfect.
I wanted a tender moment
less.
there.
Yeah.
Would you take a tenderoni?
A tenderoni. Tenderoo.
Tenderoo. Okay. You got the T-shirt on over there, see? A couple of us have seen the movie.
I can't see it.
Review the movie. We wanted to review the movie. That's why we're doing this instead, because we just didn't want to review any old movie for the sake of review. So we said, hey, let's do a sequel. Let's talk about things we didn't have a chance to on the other show. Movies that didn't make our list, but we want to talk a little bit about them. Maybe add to some of the conversation we had prior. Because I for one was kind of quiet after a certain time when I wanted to talk more, because we had to get off eventually. So there's that, and then we're going to preview these 2020 films, that are supposedly coming out, and
2 years later.
You know what? Do a review, huh? I didn't hear.
2022.
So we're previewing the 2020 movies that are coming out. I said, 2 years late.
2022? Okay. We didn't get to see... Okay, Scream is what we wanted to talk about. I went to see Scream. See here, see how I am. We spent the night at that hotel. Got up the next day. A few blocks down from the hotel is a mall. Inside the mall is a theater. So it was an 11:55 a.m. show. I said nobody is gonna fucking be there Friday at 11:55 to see Scream. Sure enough, I was right. There was 8 people in the whole fucking place. So that's why I went. Other than that, I will not go to the theater. I'm not going anywhere. We've been through it, COVID. I'm not going anywhere anymore. But this was a situation where I'm like, okay. No one's going to be there. The place is just opening. It's not going to be dirty. I'll go to the concession stand. I'll use my card. I'll get a popcorn, and that's it. Everything else I'm smuggling in. So we went and saw the movie. And Watson, you saw the movie. These two guys couldn't. Well, C couldn't. B just is like me. He doesn't want to go, right?
I almost had a Dave Z reaction to, you were pissed that they weren't going to do Halloween streaming last year. We have no option. Our theaters are closed now temporarily, and but they're not going to be reopened until that first week of February 1st, January 27th, February 1st range, whatever, assuming that we're going to go back to being reopened. So that will be my earliest chance to see it. They're not streaming it anywhere.
February 28th on Paramount Plus.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I have to, at that point, it will be everywhere. Whether it be Nefarious, whether you could buy it, or just on Paramount Plus. But it's just annoying to me that they didn't offer that to the Canadian market. I think they've lost a lot of money, just like you're complaining about with Halloween Kills. Because I don't know if I'm going to go see it in the theater 2 weeks from now, or 3 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't, because it's, what did you say, February what?
28th.
Well, that's officially when it comes out on.
Thing.
Yeah.
Have they confirmed that, though?
They haven't confirmed it, but they say it's normally 45 days from initial release.
I read that. Right. Collider? Was that where you read that, or whatever that?
It might have been one of those, because I looked at it.
I read that exact
I
same
wanted
article.
to see it in theaters too, but I don't want to take a chance. I really don't.
You don't want to be ABBA?
I want to. What?
You don't want to be ABBA? I don't know. It was a horrible joke. ABBA. I'm just gonna excuse myself for the rest of the show.
So wait, see, what were you going to do that was going to rival?
Sorry, Watson.
See, I don't get what you're getting.
I mean, I'm just pissed. I was so mad. I was like, last night, I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's like, the only version out here is a cam version. Why would these motherfuckers think ahead, know that we're closed down, or at least not even think ahead? It's a switch that they could just go, boop, it's available now. Hey, everybody, we know that the theaters are closed in Canada. Hey, it's available for rental or whatever it may be. Boom, bam, bing, nothing. So fuck them.
So you're going to steal it? You're going to steal it?
Well, it's just a cam version of it out now, so I'm not watching a cam. Oh, I'd love to support it, but those pricks didn't do it. They didn't do it. And I've heard, other than Watson kind of alluding to the fact that he was kind of middle ground for him, a lot of people are putting this up there saying it sits right beside the original. Or, like most of them say they do a 1, 2, and then part 5.
Fanboys. Fanboying out.
You think it's fanboys?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
So you're not quite there, Dave? You're not quite as high?
Okay, to get right into it, I'll tell you this. The movie I would steal that I said before, I don't really care to see it that much. Remember that Winchester movie? And someone told us a story about how they sell it in the Winchester house when you get out and it's like
I thought it was Eric Webster who told us that story.
It might have been Eric. And I said, I want to see that movie. I'll fucking steal it.
I'll still pickle.
I don't care to see it. If I really wanted to see Winchester and I thought it was some great movie, then I would steal that too. But, Halloween
I'm mad at B. I'm mad at B because the first time his name was mentioned recently was last week when Watson said he was talking to Eric Webster. Eric Webster used to contribute a lot. B made fun of Pickle a couple of times. Nothing from Eric Webster since.
I like pickle. Eric Webster called me a Nazi. Compared me to Hitler.
If the Jew fits. Never mind.
Eric Webster's hiding.
He called you a Nazi?
Humor.
I knew there was something in his message.
He went off. He went off on one of his messages on me.
Yeah. Well, Eric,
because of the trailer thing. I wasn't Teflon B for that.
He was messing around.
This feud started a long time ago.
You're right.
There's no feud. What feud?
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Just because Eric Webster's a poor man Scott Crawford doesn't mean there's a feud.
Whoa.
What do you mean? Oh, shit.
How is Eric Webster? What's the I don't even get the connection. Anyway, something happened the other day.
They're both bald.
What it was?
I got it.
Both bald?
Immediately.
And they both have beards.
Yeah.
Oh.
Eric's
like
been
Steve
in the scene
Austin.
for like a long time, though.
True.
Eric what?
He's been around like longer than any of us podcasting. So.
Yeah, and he's been balder longer than Scott has.
I miss his. Why am I getting blended into like the? I miss his messaging. I want Eric to message back in and tell me how he's doing. We got that Winchester story years ago.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh well, guess what? It's Sunday today, so I'm pretty sure I'll be messaging in about 2 hours that 7 hours of uninterrupted football is coming up.
Well, then let's see. You might have already done
it. It's true. It's true. A lot of football is coming, but you know what? Maybe Eric will come on the show.
Commercial free.
Eric's gonna come on the show. He's gonna come.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm sick
he's
that
gonna
day.
do movies with us. I think he wanted to do some. We talked about it before, so.
I hope you do that. Yeah.
But this is what happened, and let me say this. So basically, Eric Webster is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Scott Crawford is Goldberg. That's the comparison.
Why is Scott the Jew? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because he came second.
Because Austin was bald with a goatee first, and then like a year or so later, Goldberg came out and he was bald with the goatee. So that Eric Webster was first, and then Scott Crawford came out.
I want to be Goldberg.
No, I think it was Heather that came out with the goatee first, and the bald look. It was a very weird way to ease into the podcasting world.
Yeah, front bottom goatee. That thing is angry. It's squinting at me with its goatee.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I know.
Heather, you could take it out with him. I listened to the first half hour of your guest appearance on Friday Nightmares, B, and I was enjoying it, but I got derailed. No, nothing negative. It was just we went out as a family to do something yesterday. It was definitely more important.
We had a good time. It was a really fun weekend of podcasting last weekend. It was a lot of podcasting, but I feel like between the two shows covered everything 2021.
Nice.
I honestly can't believe you did it on the Sunday after we recorded, because I felt like a zombie the next day.
Dude, I did too. But I told them I was joining them for the longest time, and I feel bad because I murk out on a lot of people. Is that the word?
Murk.
Is that a word?
Murk out? How would you spell it?
Simp?
I don't know. I just feel like murk out. Like
it's gonna be banned, I think, in 2022 though. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna ban it because I'm not even sure it's a word. I don't know why I said it.
Isn't murk like a gangster word? Like, yo, I murked that fool.
Murk out. To make out or hook up.
Okay, I definitely didn't work out.
You two work out. Yeah.
Wait, is that like a mispronunciation though? Like somebody, being like, "Yo, we was murking out."
Murking
out
in Alabama. I was murking out with my sister.
Murking out in Alabama.
Wait, now we're talking about Oshawa.
In Oshawa.
It's a single. There's a song called this, Murk Out, featuring Teyana Taylor, single by Young Marcus. That was 2012 though. So Young Marcus.
Well done then. Murking out.
Wait a minute. Murk. Now the word just murk in the Urban Dictionary says to murder someone. It's an urban word that is often used in today's hip hop battles. You feeling to get hurt? Murk put them in the boy. You better catch me first.
Hell yeah.
You know.
All right. I was just using it as like to say peace out.
So the complete opposite. Not sex is peaceful. So I guess not.
Murder could be
make
peaceful.
Love, not war.
But that's cool that you did those shows, B. You did the long show we did last weekend, and then did Friday Nightmares. That's cool. I'll have to download that. Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it was
Monday. I can't wait to listen to 22 Shots, and then fucking. Oh, I said it the wrong way. Damn it! I can't believe I said that. I can't wait to listen to 22 Shots.
Thank you. I say it that way too, Dave.
Because those fuckers, they say it that way.
What the fuck? I heard the same thing twice.
No.
No, Dave, tell him.
It's the Mexican inflection that JP says, but it's spread. It's instead of saying 22 shots, he says 22 shots. There's the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah.
Or the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's a JP.
Or maybe it's just done for emphasis and effect.
I
Maybe
have
they
no
did it on
idea what the hell
purpose.
is going on.
Yeah.
It's a very Latin thing. They put the emphasis on different words than
22
regular
shots.
Caucasian English. 22 shots.
Yeah.
Not 22
So who
shots.
cares?
Floating
the emphasis
heads.
should be on the first two.
22
Well,
shots.
why-
Not the second.
The 22 shots of Moose. No, it's the 22 shots of Moose in the heart.
I know it is. That's what I'm saying. But they say
Exploding
it that
heads.
way.
No, I don't know.
They're
Yeah.
dumb.
Okay.
What the fuck are
Because
you
I have
two
a
talking
friend-
about?
For years, I've been teasing my friend because he says TV instead of even when we were kids. He didn't say TV; he pronounced it TV. You know what I'm saying?
Like Mike TV.
Yeah.
You've told
I was
this story
watching
on the
TV.
show before, and I get
same
it.
thing.
Yeah.
You know?
And I get it.
Tell the story. I get it. Stop telling
Yeah.
this
Was it
fucking
Damien?
story.
Did he touch you in a weird spot? What's going on? Like what?
TV.
Touched me right in the plex.
Davey.
Davey. Right? What the hell was I gonna say? I don't even know. We were over the. You were talking about.
We got derailed. You were talking about Scream and your
sorry.
experience.
Well-
yeah, that's where this started.
That too. But Eric, the
Thanks.
feud with Eric
What?
Webster, he actually began. Because listen, before we were doing this show, not this show, but the show last one, the end of the year show, I was looking at our old shows for a certain reason. I forgot what I was researching, and on it, Davey. That's right. There's Davey. And on an early show that we did, there's something that was said. It was in the what do you call it? It was either when I played the video or it was in the description about something happening between Brandon and Eric Webster, and this was a long time
What
ago.
is going on? Is there really a feud? Like I'm being serious.
I'm
I have no-
declaring it a feud now because you
What?
said something else and the words have been said. So
Who
why
said
not?
What? But who
It's-
said what?
He's Steve Austin. It's a feud.
I don't even. What happened during? I don't know.
I don't know I don't know either.
Are you guys out of your fucking minds? B was
We've
the
been
one
out in the
who
sun
was-
too long.
What, the Nazi message? The Hitler message?
Yeah, you were
Friday
talking about the
5 reference.
I'm not mad at that though.
Friday 5. Oh, speaking of Friday,
That's what I'm gonna
the
do from
13th,
now
hold
on.
I
I'm
gotta-
gonna
Oh God, Friday the 13th.
Here we
Oh,
go.
my God.
I am
No,
so
this is
happy
real.
about this.
I gotta call my dad. This has to do with Friday the 13th.
Uh-oh.
It's the funniest thing. So this will
Yeah,
be
that-
some fun.
that one where you got fucking a lightning bolt. That's not
I
going to bring anybody
love-
back to life.
The Dave Z
A
dad
robot.
conversations.
How about Drago was a robot?
Oh my god,
Hey,
amazing!
what are you doing?
Not much, just hanging out here.
I just wanted to remind you. Didn't you say you had a Friday the 13th thing that you were giving to me?
A what? Oh, yeah, it's in the trunk of the car. I was going to give it to you today. I forgot to give it to you last week.
Okay, all right.
What is it,
All right.
Pops?
If I walk in there without it, it's in the trunk of the car.
Okay, no, that's all right. I understand. So you put it in the trunk and then probably forgot that it was in the trunk, right?
Yeah, when I was going home last week, I said I didn't give him that Friday the 13th, but it's there.
Okay. So what is it to your knowledge again? You thought it was a tape or something?
No, it's just something you save, you know, a memento or something, whatever. I'll bring it. You'll see it in 3 hours. You'll see it in your hand.
No, that's fine. I was just curious about it. I wanted to remind you because I thought at first you said you thought that it was a movie and it was something in a box and I don't
It
know.
was just something you save. It's a memento, something you can hang on to for years, you know.
No, well, if it's
There for a while.
Pamela's head? Is it a
how long have I been
shoebox?
out of that? Your apartment? Boy,
hot
I've
box?
been out of there for 4 years. Yeah.
Are they still fumigating?
You probably had it before that, so it's got to be, you know, it's something to save, you know.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I just wanted to remind you. Do you remember when you went to see Friday the 13th, the final chapter with me? The very first time I went to it, I was like 12 years old or something like that, and you took me the first time we saw part 4 and part 5 together. But do you remember
Yeah.
going?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Aw.
What'd you think about that stuff?
I was
Being-
bored as hell.
You were bored? Oh.
I probably fell asleep.
No, it was you were full energy. No, not at that time. We were cheering. Jason was killing. Then we went the next year and we saw The New Beginning. And remember the ambulance killer? The ambulance driver was actually the killer. And then you knew it before anybody else did. You said something's up with that ambulance driver. You said
my son did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do. What about that game last night?
Oh, it was great, huh? Go Bills. Hopefully they can keep it up.
Oh.
Talking about the Raptors game? Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome.
Chiefs or Cincinnati?
Yep, Chiefs, or unless Pittsburgh wins, and right, Chiefs or Cincinnati. You're right, one of the two. Yep.
We'll see what develops. It's probably going to play Kansas City. You know that.
Yeah, most likely.
We'll see what develops.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. I just wanted to remind you about the Friday the 13th. Oh, how are the bed bugs? Is everything gone permanently?
Oh, they're long gone. Long gone.
Well, they're jumpers, so I didn't know if maybe
our listeners wanted an update.
Yeah, they're gone. The guy came in here 2-3 times when he went next door here to spray and upstairs, and he came in here 2-3 times, and he said, well, they're gone. They're history. He just wanted to check,
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that. So everything's good. Okay.
Everything's fine and dandy.
Excellent.
All right, I'll see you.
I love that saying.
1 o'clock.
I love that saying.
Bye-bye.
All right, Dad. Okay, bye-bye.
Fine and
My
dandy.
dad says that too. Fine and dandy.
Fine and dandy like sugar candy. He says that a lot, too.
Dave, I told my son, I said, if you ever have a show, never, ever, or warn me if you're going to have me, like, speaking over the phone, like, via speakerphone, because I say too many old-fashioned words to be able to not get canceled. So I said, warn me. No, just kidding. I'm playing. Well, I said that. I'm not kidding at all. So I love hearing from your dad, though. Yeah, he seems so cool.
Yeah, he's funny, man.
Hey, give me a little bit more detail on that thing you got in your trunk, Pops. I mean, I want, you're leaving us in suspense. You're going to have to get back to us when we come back from the break.
It's something you hang on to for a few years.
Yeah.
Great. Right.
What, Bitcoin? What is
It's Jason Bitcoin. It's Jason Bitcoin.
Oh, my God. I got like an eyelash in my eye. Jason Bitcoin. Pamela's head's on the back.
So Scream, nothing spoiler. I'm gonna say this. It's more like Scream 4 than any other thing in the series. So it's kind of like another Scream 4, but the difference is this: Scream 5, and that's what I'm gonna call it. Scream 5 is more fun than Part 4, but it's not better. I prefer Scream 4. But Scream 5, I think the real hardcore Scream fans will like it because it's 100 callbacks to the original movie. Yeah. It's all this stuff, even scene for scene type stuff.
I've heard. That's the stuff I've heard.
Right. It's. I don't think that the motives. It's
any surprises though? Any surprises?
Well, I called something.
Okay.
I didn't call the other thing, but I mean. It's very much formulaic Scream, but a lot of the conversation this time is more about elevated horror and requels, whatever that is. Basically, because Halloween Kills. If Halloween Kills wasn't made, a lot of this dialogue wouldn't happen.
You right there?
Yeah, my phone.
Do they keep yelling out "Evil dies tonight"? Ghostface dies tonight.
Yeah,
Ghostface dies tonight.
Did you ever get that extra card for that bank account for Francesca?
No. As soon as it comes, I'll give it to you. Don't worry about it.
Okay, because I got a few dollars for it. I'll just hang on to it, the money, until you get another card. If I can put it in myself, okay?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Don't forget the trunk thing. That's fine.
The FaceTime, for some reason, because I'm on my Mac, when the phone rings, it goes through the phone and fucks
No, man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Ghostface dies tonight. No. So it doesn't open up, which I was kind of hoping for. Obviously, just say yay or nay. I'm pretty sure it's a big nay. It doesn't open up with the opening scene of Nev dying, because I thought that would be epic if that was how it opened up.
No, but I'll tell you this: Nev and company. Nev herself has a smaller role in this one than she does in Scream 4. It's even more limited. And the thing is, here's the difference. I will say that Scream 5 is more fun of a movie than Scream 4. But the thing is, Scream 5 also, there are some things that happen where you're watching it and you're like, okay, it's like a plot hole. It's like this. Like my wife was pointing them out left and right. She's like, well, wait a minute. Like I'll give something without giving it away. Somebody important that would easily be able to get people somewhere in a hurry calls police to be at a residence like right away. We need cops at this place right now. You know what I mean? And then they go to the house, and 15 minutes comes by, and there's no cops still. And then there's a dead body somewhere, and then all of a sudden the dead body just magically isn't there. Later on, somebody gets shot, and they don't explain why they come back. It's not like Jason or Michael. All they had to do, because, this isn't a spoiler.
3 slugs. Shot,
this isn't spoiler.
Shot.
Right. Shot. It's not a spoiler to say, because everyone knows Ghostface isn't a supernatural. It's somebody wearing. It's an average Joe. You know what I mean? So it's like they never explain why they were able to take shots like that. You know,
Teflon.
They should have at least
Teflon
things
B.
like that. Something happened in the end of the movie when somebody gets killed, and there's all kinds of noise in this room. Then all of a sudden, these other 2 people come casually walking in. You're like, well, where were you the last fucking 5 minutes? And there's like 2 instances where someone's being jumped by Ghostface, and the other people don't do anything. You know what I mean? They could try to help the person being attacked, and they're nowhere to be seen on camera. Just little things like that should have been fine-tuned that probably would not have flied.
Typical Scream.
Well, no, because we did the Scream series. We didn't pick too much apart as far as plot things. Me personally, I had a few things. That one thing in the computer room with the one, and how in part 1, why was that person in the closet the whole time? And just little things like that. But I mean, this had a few more things of those. And there is another thing. This is what's weird about modern audiences. I'm going to say this. People may complain about something that happens to a character in a certain part of the movie. They're going to say, well, how could this be? This wouldn't happen this way. But this also happened in a famous horror movie from the 1980s. And if you don't care about it then, it's unfair to care about it now. And I'm not going to say what it is. Maybe Watson knows what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, I'll give Watson a hint. It's a popular sequel to a franchise movie, and it's a movie that you don't love as much as everybody else's. There's a certain character in a certain position, and people say, well, why is this place like this? Shouldn't there be more action going on here? The same exact thing happens here, and I think if you excuse it then, you should excuse it now. However, no, I'm going to flip it over here and say this. All the fan service and all the nods and all the stuff that goes on in this movie, if you complain about it in Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018 and excuse it in this, you're in the wrong. You're being a fucking fanboy, and you better not. Okay, so I've said what I'm going to say. I'll even say my rating because it's not going to. It's a 7 out of 10. I'm fine with it. I enjoyed it. And I'll tell you what, that one girl, Watson, did you think that one girl, I thought it was Neve Campbell's daughter. It 100% looked like her down to everything, and it's not. It was the weirdest fucking thing. Anyway, I'm sorry, Watson, take over.
Oh, not at all. No, buddy. I'm tracking right with you, man. The original Scream is a 10 out of 10 for me. I was in middle school when it came out, so the horror fans around my age, we grew up with this movie, so it's very important to me. The franchise, though, it's always been kind of middling. Like the Halloween films, the sequels never reached the level of high art that is the original. Like, part 2's okay to me. I don't really like the 3rd one, but it's not bad. 4 is good, and 5 is fine for what it is. It's a serviceable slasher. I'm stoked that people are enjoying it, and I hope it makes a ton of money. But, yeah, Dave, I'm kind of tracking with you, man. I can't say that I'm over the moon for it. I wanted to love it. I wanted to be sucked into the world of the film, but it never fully got me on board. And then when I left the theater and just mulling it over, the more I thought about what the movie was trying to do and what it had to say, the more I felt like it just wasn't the story I'd have wanted to see as the, to act as the send-off to certain characters. Like, go big or go home, right? And this movie doesn't go big. It follows typical Scream film formula, and even though it's aware of that, even though it points out what it's doing, it's still doing the things it's pointing out. It never tries to freshen up the formula, despite the fact that there were plenty of narrative opportunities for it to do that. Like, I think what hurt the movie most for me was the fact that it pulls its punches 9 out of 10 times. And when the ending was all said and done, when I took inventory of who's alive and who isn't, it struck me that the stakes weren't all that high in this. Like, barely anything truly bold and unexpected happened, with one exception. And other than that, though, every time I thought the movie was going to go there, it does not. It wants you to think it's more mean-spirited than it is, but in order to actually be that, you've got to make worthwhile sacrifices, not easy expected ones. And if you can tell the difference between those things, then you won't be fooled. Like, and kind of like Dave was saying, the deal is you're here to see the legacy characters return after all this time to battle it out with Ghostface again, and they do. But just like Dave said, they're relegated to the periphery of the narrative. They're not front row center, which is by design, of course, because at some point there needs to be a sort of passing of the torch, right, to a newer, younger set of characters in the same way that this movie wants the same thing for its audience, a newer, younger crowd. The problem is, though, and Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you feel that empty space that's not being filled when our established characters aren't there. Like, these new characters are okay, but you're feeling that emptiness. So like, okay, where are our main characters? And the movie's central mystery, it's all about going back to the past, right, Dave? It's all about those callbacks. And
it's a lot like Scream 4, though. They did the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
Scream. Yeah.
But I guess there's this emphasis on connecting the dots back to the original movie, but I felt it only got there superficially. Every time I would see a setup for a scene, and I would go, is this movie about to do what I think it's going to do? It's like, nope. Every time. And then one time it does, and I even have problems with that. But I don't want to get into that because that'd be spoilers. I don't know. It's good. It's fine. It was kind of melodramatic and daytime soap opera-y at times. And the thing is, it didn't quite have the pacing that like Wes Craven understood how pacing works to a T. And I think I thought these filmmakers did, because Ready or Not's damn near perfect to me. But this Scream had a few pacing issues, but it's not egregious. It was fine. I guess, I don't want to say too much because I have a major gripe with a sort of a second act kill that at first was really bold. And then the more I thought about who Ghostface is, it was like, no, I don't think so. There's a certain this movie tries to look at the physicality of it ignores the physicality of Ghostface, where you're like, okay, this Ghostface is overpowering that character here. Okay, whoever it is has got to be pretty, strong. And then it's like, or not.
I feel like they've always done that. Or to an extent.
Yeah, well, 4 was really egregious about that. You have the scene where, in number 4 where a cop gets killed and Ghostface is a big hulking, creature, and then, you have the people who it turns out to be, and, they're both very small people. It's like, fine, but how about emphasize that rather than the size thing? And it does this again, and I don't know, it's a good movie. I'm being a little more negative, but there are some errors. We get a scene where Ghostface actually talks in a scene, but let's not forget Ghostface's voice comes from the voice changer. It's not just something you get when you put the mask on. And I watched this scene, Dave Z, the one you're thinking of. I actually found the cam version on a site and rewatched that scene just to say, was I off? No. There's some errors here and there. But anyways, look, I'm coming down hard on the movie, but I'll just wrap it up by saying I did like it, and I recommend it. Go see this movie. Fans of Scream are going to want to check it out. Dave, I'm like at a 6.57 as well, right where you are.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think we're about right there. Not everything in the narrative works, and I feel like there were times where I was like, all right, this movie's about to do some cool stuff, and then it's like, we don't want to be too risky. And I think that I walked away from this movie saying this wasn't a risky movie at all. And listen, how many more times are we going to get to see these characters on screen together? I 30. Think you gotta do it. Well,
that's what I want to ask.
So,
is this a proposed trilogy? If this made money, did they already flesh out like a 3-picture, like, because everything's like going to be done like that. Like Halloween had a 3-picture kind of idea. Are they thinking that here because maybe that's why this one didn't want to go 2 balls out, because they knew that they had to fill 2 more movies worth?
I didn't think of that. See, if anybody knows more about the production, then that might, it might lead to that. It might lead to some more risk.
They're definitely going to do more films. They're definitely going to do more films, and they just don't want to have to revive main characters from the dead like Halloween did. And that's why they're playing it safe.
True, and there are enough survivors that this could be done, because I remember looking at one point, I'm like, oh man, this is an awful. If this ends up this way, it's going to be an awful lot of survivors. Maybe they'll throw us a bone and this will happen or something. But I did like all the commentary. First, Watson, did you like Scream 4?
Yeah. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This kind of had that where they took the commentary to that level. They did it a lot. All that was clever writing. I'm not going to take that away from it.
No,
when they talked
it's
about fucking the Hereditaries and the Babadooks and this and that and the discussions, and see, in the 2011 one they talked about torture porn movies and this and that. This movie did a similar thing, but they still talked about the difference between a slasher and an elevated horror thing, which they talked about. This was in the discussion, so I was in on it, and there was a lot of stuff that I knew my wife didn't get, because you can't just say I'm going to watch part 1 to 4 and fucking go see 5 the next day and know what's going on. All the little in things are for people that really know the franchise, that have seen it 3 or 4 times. And I'm catching every little thing, and I'm having to tell Irene, okay, this is this and this happened here. So there are some clever things there. I don't want to take that away from it. I just think that there was a few plot holes that could have easily been written out. That's what bothers me. If I'm like, well, why do that? You could have just changed it quickly with an eraser and done this, and then it would have played out better. That was the problem there. And I think B in particular is going to have a real problem with one thing. And I don't know how many people have a problem with this at all and what your view is on it, but kind of the making a certain character a little bit heroic. And I hope you know what I'm getting at. It has to do with...
Yes.
Okay.
That was a weird narrative thing right there. Because, this movie's all about tying back to the past. And so we get a lead character who has ties back to the first movie, you might say. And this is a new character. And when you learn what that thing is, what that factor is, it has you going, why would you do that unless this is leading to something more? It's a weird decision. It is a weird decision.
Especially at the end. At the very
Especially
end,
at the end,
it's
yes.
almost like a wink. Like, I got you.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
So am I.
You should see it.
I'm intrigued.
Gosh, see, I'm bummed you can't see it, buddy, because it's definitely worth seeing. And like I said, it's a serviceable slasher. I think people will have a lot of fun with it. It didn't look good. I just kind of wanted to watch one scene because it was like, okay, did I get that scene wrong? Was there something happening there that I didn't? No, it's an error. And if you watch the CinemaSins YouTube channel, they'll be sinning the hell out of this movie. And rightfully so.
Oh,
the cam version is the preferred version in the VHS groups.
They smell that cam version does.
Yeah. February. Or wait, what did I just look at? January 28th. January 28th would be my first option to see it. Sorry, Dave, because that's when we're supposed to open up the theaters, which is frustrating because, like, right now, that's it.
Is it
like,
frustrating?
it's frustrating. I pay the same amount right now to watch it on VOD, so what the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah. That's a bummer, man.
No, I like. There's more commentary they do where they troll the internet, which I like. They troll the internet horror fans like us, like things that we complain about. Actually, some things that we are even on board for. When they make a joke about how come they're calling these movies. They said Stab when Stab 8 come around, and they call the new one just Stab. They called it instead of calling it Stab 8. Everyone knows it's an 8. They're making fun of the very thing they're doing in this movie because they hear us complain. Why
that's
not
good.
The sequel number there? They do it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, even the first one, I love that. That stuff I love. As long as it's going to have a movie within a movie within a movie within a movie opening, I think I'll be fine.
No,
but there's a shitload of Stab movie franchise talk. So that's why Irene was confused. Because if you don't watch part 4 where they really get into it, all the Stab franchise movies, she doesn't get. She goes, why do they keep calling it Stab? And what does that mean? And I had to explain it to her. They made these movies based upon this, and they had trivia. And so anyway, there was a lot of that talk going on with the Stab movies. But again, I think that the Scream fans, the real big Scream fans of part 1, are going to love this because they're just going to, like I said, they're going to clutch onto those fucking callbacks and fan service and ignore all the other weaker aspects of the film. And
I love the fan service. I think fan service can be a real positive thing, and it often is for me. And so, because I don't have the negative connotation with a lot of fan service things, I respect that because you can tell these filmmakers love Scream and are happy to be able to take over, that intellectual property. But yeah, there's a lot wrong with here. And I think at the end of, I think it just, when it comes down to it, I think because I didn't read a synopsis, watch a trailer, I only saw the poster walking into the theater, didn't know what was going to happen. And I think as I was following the narrative in real time, I was jumping to better conclusions than the film was giving me. It was like I was asking more of the film than it had. And I didn't mean to do that. I just really thought, oh, is the film going to do this? It's like, no. Oh, is the film going to kill that character? No. Is the film going to kill this character? No. That one? Yeah, but I didn't know who that was anyway. It was like, okay, well, all right, right on. So if you're okay with, hey, just a fun slasher that absolutely pulls its punches, then you'll have a good time, because it is a good time. It is a fun movie.
Do they make reference?
Porn.
Yeah. Is she going to get it? Who's going to get bukkakied? I just want to know, do they make reference to the fact that in this day and age now, you have to have the right cocktail of race as your characters and sexual orientation? And
that would have been genius if this movie did it, because it is operating on that level with, you could say, the check boxes, but it doesn't comment on that. It would have been amazing, because there was a character who, fits all those things to a T, and it would have been great if they had said something like, oh, yeah, here we go, here's this character, and oh, you like girls or boys, and that would have been genius to reference the way that casting is now, and the pandering or the genuine need for diversity, and maybe a talk about that. Because if you get into the schools of thought about diversity in, say, the arts, it's not just this or that. It's not just, oh, have diversity or don't. You can get deep into the weeds that go right to the 1800s with debates on a parallel society for African Americans in the country, and this is just speaking to America, versus segregation or what. There's so much there. I remember studying this stuff and just being like, wow, this is fascinating stuff. A movie that would comment on that, it requires a Jordan Peele level of analysis, which this movie's not really. It's not doing that.
Oh, they're probably no. I thought that would have been awesome, because it does seem like it hovers around that realm. If you're going to be talking about movie-isms and where we stand right now, whether it be within the franchise universe, the comments that they make, typically like requels or whatever, you'd figure it would be ripe for that type of commentary. But you're right. The writers are probably not strong enough. I don't want to say that, because Ready or Not was great. Maybe they didn't feel like it would be appropriate if they did that. And if Jordan Peele wrote this, maybe he would have been able to get to that level. And again, maybe that comment is a comment on it unto itself, on the fact that maybe Caucasian writers can't touch that.
Can't touch that.
Sure they can. They can just say that. Whatever.
Well, they can.
The thing is,
they can. Whether or not
know what I'm saying. There's ways to get away with it. You could just. Sure, they could have had a simple line. They could have said something like, "Oh, well, you're the interracial couple, and you're the gay couple, so you're probably all gonna die because."
Yeah. Or honestly, you're the safest people because we're scared, because the killer will be too scared to kill you.
Yeah.
You would think, but if you watch those movies,
your name Little John and Big John?
They're usually not. Maybe one of the two in the biracial couple ends up being the survivor, but usually.
I know which one.
Half head explosion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Say with me, half head. Yeah.
Half head.
Half head.
Brandon, give me half head.
Based on your reviews, half head. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
It
looks like Dan Chase loved it.
He doesn't have a choice.
I could have told him that before he went, because it was going to be Scream callback mania. They will love it. But if he complains about the callbacks in the Halloween movies and doesn't complain about them here, then I'm sorry.
I think he did complain.
And Dave,
that's odd.
Dave, that's where I feel like I'm, to toot my own horn here, where I am internally consistent about that, because I love the fan service in the Halloween movies. I love the fan service in this, and I also was bothered by, you referenced an 80s movie, and I was bothered by that 80s movie, the way they handle setting, And I was bothered by that same thing in this movie. So
that's okay. That's consistency.
Yeah.
Right. That's fine. But the thing is, if you don't keep it consistent, then I kind of have a problem with it. I'm like, well,
that's fair.
Now you're just picking and choosing. And
I'm just going to give it a 6 out of 10 and not even see it. Just
you might like it. You might like it. You're going to hate that one aspect of it. Couldn't you see that, though, Watson? That what I saw about the hero, I think he would hate it all of a sudden. Definitely a B complaint. I can see it now.
A B complaint.
A B complaint.
A B movie, a B complaint.
A B movie.
So let me get this quick article out the way, and then we're going to take a 2-minute break because I got to run upstairs for a second, and then come back and we'll do our second half with our 2022 preview and 2021 wrap up again. But I wanted to talk about that list. Wait, what? Top's 2022 banned words list. So these are the list. There's something, and this is all over the place. It's this freaking article. I don't know who published it immediately. Let's see. Some university published this list since 1976 that needs to uphold, protect, and support excellence in language. Okay. Wow. One was submitted by George Carlin in 1994. Isn't this something? So anyway, this group puts out this list every year about words that should be banned. So let's see if I get the actual list. What? Why did it take me to eBay?
Why, indeed.
Right.
Buy the list.
If I get a banned words list, it's just going to make me want to say the words more.
You know, that's the thing that bothers me about these things. They have the article about it, but they don't actually show you the article. You got to search for the freaking link. Okay, here it is. 2022 banished words list. I'll start from the back. Number 10. Supply chain.
That's fine. Ban it. Yeah.
Okay. 9, you're on mute. Has to go. You're on mute.
Oh, that's
8.
Fucking correct.
New normal has to go.
Yeah, fuck new normal.
New normal doesn't even make sense. If
There
it's
is no
new, it's not normal.
It's changing every fucking minute. There is no normal anymore.
Yeah, and it can't be normal if it's new. Normal implies old.
You're right. It's true. Good call. 7. Oh, this affects you and me, Watson. Number 7 is deep dive.
We're gonna have to keep that one.
Yep. According to these guys, deep dive has to go.
Yeah.
This one here, I'm definitely tired of hearing this one. Number 6, circle back. That's another fucking one.
Circle back. Yeah, that can go.
I'm a little tired. Number 5 is a joke that I'm really tired of. Granted, I'm not online anymore, so I don't see it. But number 5 is a joke that
The Seinfeld memes?
it's old. No, it's just a phrase. 5, asking for a friend. I gotta be number 4. Thankfully, I've been saying this for fucking 3 years. It didn't take me till 2022. I said it in fucking 2019. Number 4. That being said, I fucking hate it.
I do say that.
Being said.
I do say that a lot. Yeah, I do use it.
Said.
Check it out. 10% of the time, it's okay. 10% of the time, it's okay. 90% of the time, you could simply say, however. It's just a fancy way of saying however. That being said, you know what I mean? We're going to have pizza today. That being said, it's going to be without pepperoni. You don't make up a phrase to longer the words. Usually when a phrase comes in, it's to shorten it. You know what I'm saying? So why not just say however? Because you're saying the same fucking thing with that being said.
This segment's not going to be part of our new normal in 2022, is it? Because if it is, I'm just going to take a deep dive into an empty pool.
Dave's going to circle back to that.
I'm going to circle back to B. Or no, C's going to love this one. Number 3, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's a C.
It's funny. It was a coworker of mine. We used to make fun of him for saying at the end of the day. It was his favorite saying, and it rubbed off on me, and I fucking use it all the time now. At the end of the day. Or especially with editing, I'll be like, again, and then I jump back into like whatever I'm saying. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do I keep saying again?
See, you should start using at the end of the day very literally. You'll be like, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm gonna go to bed.
See, at the end of the day, my face still hits that pillow. Or my head still hits the pillow. That's what you could say. Because that's what my father always says. He goes, no matter what happens, tomorrow morning you still got to get up and go to work. That's what my father always tells me, about everything.
Hey, not if I call it sick, Pops. Now get that goddamn thing out of your trunk and in my hands.
Amazing. Number two. This is something I say all the fucking time, so I'm just as guilty as anybody. No worries. I do say it all the time.
You definitely say
I
no worries
type
all the time.
no worries.
Yeah.
Because I try to think of like, oh, no, don't worry about it. No worries. All handled. We'll get it out to you. Whatever. I type it all the time.
I think it's good because it's chill.
Correspondence.
It's chill.
Yeah.
No worries. I don't care. It's cool. You know what I mean? I think it's a very fucking friendly thing to say. No worries. It's chill. But whatever. I guess people are...
Who came up with this list? Fucking uptight asshole millennials. Present company excluded. But who came up with this fucking list?
I think it was Eric Webster.
This has been coming on since '76. They've been doing this. It's a university. Eric Webster. It's from a university, actually. What is the
Webster's University?
LSSU? Life Fleet LSSU? Either way. And the number one banished words list for 2022 is wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Yeah, there you go.
What?
Wait, what?
Why?
That's people hate it. It's got to go.
Wait,
what kind of?
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, wait, what?
I don't hate that so much.
I don't hate that at all.
I don't know if I've heard it. Like,
yeah, when somebody says something stupid,
stupid,
when somebody says something stupid or confusing, you're like, wait, what? Like,
yeah, you always see it on movies. I always see it on shows and movies. Wait, what? And they turn around, the guy repeats himself. Oh yeah, didn't you know that this happened?
Dave, I thought the number one was going to be like because of COVID.
Oh,
I thought that was going to be
supply issues, supply chain issues.
Yeah, supply chain
shortages.
Because of COVID, due to the pandemic.
Well, all the new car commercials say, buy this new car while supplies last. Because they have no supply of anything.
Safe and effective.
Now it makes sense while supplies last. Because now there really are low on supplies. But they've always said that. It's just, yeah. I would say for me, I 100% agree with fucking, what do you call it, being gone. I've said that forever. That being said, I can't fucking stand that. And what else could go? Oh, you know what I really can't stand is fucking, if I'm being honest. Why the fuck wouldn't you be being honest? You're lying to everybody? I'm really tired of that expression. Blah, blah, blah. If I'm being honest. No shit if you're being... No, you're lying to my fucking face. I don't get it if I'm being honest. You know?
Wait,
one...
what?
Yeah, right? Wait, what? I would get rid of that. I would get rid of,
I like wait, what? I don't want to get... I don't think that should be number one. I like that.
Really?
I like wait, what? Wait,
it's
what?
more like,
wait,
I think, wait, what? You're out of your fucking mind? Let me hear that again? What just came out of your fucking mouth? That's what it's summing up.
What?
Yeah.
You gave Halloween Kills a what? Wait, what?
Wait, what? Oh, my God.
9.5 out of 10. What?
I don't know. So yeah, so that was it. That was a list of things that got to go. I don't know if you guys had any that you wanted to add. That would be funny.
Get used to this segment. We're doing this every week. It's going to be the new normal.
Hey.
Oh my God.
I would say that there is one thing I hear on podcasts a lot that what the fuck is that phrase? I hear all the time on podcasts people say it. And
thank you for listening to Fresh Cuts.
Oh no.
No, it's not that. It's definitely something I hear on podcasts all the fucking time.
I'm Mr. Venom. You hear that on a lot of podcasts.
You do.
Oh my God.
You do.
Greetings and salutations, listeners.
Right?
I love it. I like that intro. I think that's smooth.
No, I like that too.
I love it.
I like that too. There's nothing wrong with that. Nope. But there is definitely one thing in particular. See, now I can't think about it, but, you know.
Oh, I know what it is. It's G.
No. So, by any stretch or by any stretch of the imagination, is said
shit.
way too.
By any stretch.
Oh, constantly. I hear it all the time. By any stretch, or by any stretch of the imagination. It's just another fucking extra. And there's the other word that has to go.
Extra.
See? It's extra stuff that doesn't need to be there, including extra. How's that? But anyway.
By any stretch.
Stretch. That's my favorite stretch. There you go. Stretch.
Another visual joke
right?
for the listeners. It was stretched from Texas 2 being shown on the screen.
Texas 2. Texas 2.
Texas 2. They know what I'm talking about. Does that have to go? Do I have to say the whole title moving forward?
Yeah.
I don't have to go.
Next show we'll be deep diving into Texas 2.
Amazing. I'm going to run upstairs. Go ahead.
Right,
I'll be back.
Back to this when you come back.
Go back. Go ahead.
Wait, what?
I don't know if you
That's
said
a nice
anything
setup.
negative.
Look at this setup.
It's so blurry, man. So it froze on me.
Just somebody's movie shelves. It's a lot of movies.
Yeah, that's a lot. It does look nice.
I think I bought like 3 movies last year.
B, do you have a big collection of movies?
I probably have about 800, but I've been collecting since like 98, 99. So if you look at it for collecting for almost 25 years, no.
Mm-hmm.
But, if somebody saw all my movies, they'd be like, wow, you got a lot of movies. But in the last 5 years, if I've bought 50 total movies, that's a lot.
Gosh, I think I bought Hereditary in 2018, and then I gave it to my dad. He's in Oklahoma, so I sent it to him. And then I bought Terrifier on Blu-ray when it came out, also 2018. I don't think I've bought a movie since then.
Nice.
I was doing very well. I had stopped. I was totally digital. And then I just started saying, well, wait, maybe I do want just to have the best version of certain movies available. But I'm still 50-50 on 4Ks. I'm not always blown away by 4Ks. There's only a handful of movies I think I'm going to grab on 4K. And the rest...
I only own one 4K. I don't buy... I would rather just buy the blue for now.
Well, the 4Ks, the jacked up price is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But there's just a handful of them that I want. And once I get those ones, then I think you're right. I think the Blu-ray will be fine. I don't need Maniac Cop 2 in 4K when it costs 60 fucking bucks.
What?
Or whatever in Canada.
What's that?
Whatever. Like
I don't need
Maniac Cop 2
on DVD. But
Yeah,
I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need Maniac Cop 2, period.
I'm just saying, like, these are the prices that some of these, like, these ones are coming out. Like the new Bird with the crystal plumage and Deep Red. Those ones are like 60 to $75, depending.
After having the Arrow Blu-ray special editions, there's no need to buy the 4Ks now. There really isn't. I could understand Dave buying a 4K for Suspiria because it's his favorite movie or one of his favorite movies.
Oh, I got that, but I got that at a good deal. Like now it's back up to 60
different.
plus bucks. I got it for $39, which is still expensive. But I needed it. I only had it on DVD, so I hadn't gotten the previous release, so it was perfect opportunity to grab it. And it is gorgeous. That's still probably my favorite 4K that I bought. Although Halloween Kills does look fucking great too, but that's a newer film. I expect that from Suspiria.
That one.
Shut the fuck up over there. Oh,
There's
it's not
some
Friday.
that I buy, and there's some that I don't with 4Ks. And I do research on them. I don't usually go right out and get it. It just depends on what it is. But I have to research it. I just some movies I really want to see in 4K, and I'll do the research. And I'll say, like, I have a list. I have a wish list of what I want. I heard that Willy Wonka looks fucking phenomenal in 4K, so it's on my list. I have certain movies. The Thing I got that for Christmas though, and I got 2 Star Wars that I wanted in 4K that I didn't have, and it was Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes Back, and I cannot wait to fucking sit down and watch it. There's certain ones that like I wish The Godfather would come out in 4K.
It's coming. The trilogy's coming out this year. In the next month or two.
Yeah, they already.
And here's the funny thing. I can already. They've already made a 4K stream of it, and Damien has it on his Plex. I can watch it right now in 4K through the fuck. And I got to tell you, this is the first time I did it. I watched what the hell was it? I watched something that was on 4K. Because it's January, so I'm watching non-horror. So what I did was, I wanted to see. Hold on, look at my. I'll tell you what. And then But he said, he goes, I have some movies that are on 4K stream that they look excellent, but that's in my house. He goes, I want to see how someone else that it's not in my house, if it still looks the same quality.
Come to my house, Dave, see? They look good in my house.
And bring Junior.
So what the hell did I want? Oh,
Make
you
sure
know
you
what
pack
it
him.
was? It was the Rocky versus Drago. I watched it again, and it was in 4K, and I messaged him. I go, you know what? This is definitely the best I've ever seen it. It's definitely than the blue. So it does. It is kind of cool to have the option because streaming some 4Ks actually works. So yeah, this is what I watched. Yeah. Since let's see, The Conformist. I watched that one, 1970. Raging Bull. Believe it or not, I never saw it beginning to end. Watched that. I know. Watched Rocky IV. I watched Scream, of course, and I watched Lethal Weapon for the first time yesterday. So I'm going through this list.
Oh, you've never seen Lethal Weapon? How'd you like Lethal Weapon?
I enjoyed it. I don't think it's all that. I would give it like a 7.5 or an 8.
Ooh.
Well, I mean,
Christian, we've been watching it for 35 years, though.
True.
This is his first time. I think maybe if we saw it for the first time now, it'd be different.
I'll give it props about certain things. I thought it was going to be much more comical than it was. There's barely any comedy in it. I always got the impression that these movies were half comedy, and it wasn't.
They get more comical. They get more comical when you get to part 2. But again, like part 2.
I should stop now.
I like part 2 is great too. But it's the Shane Black script. I think that really works, and sort of brings it up. But it's not. There's a better balance, I think, in the first one, and the second one. I think they get even more comical as they keep bringing characters back.
That's
I like
too
the
bad
first 2. I keep watching the first 2. Same with Die Hard. I just watched the first 2 of Die Hard and watched the first 2 of Lethal Weapon, and I never seem to continue with the series when I watch them.
It is a good script. It's a good movie, good performances. It's enjoyable. I'm on board. There's a couple things that I like with all action type movies. I scratch my head. I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid. When they're gonna kill Mel Gibson's character in this movie, they're torturing him almost all this time. They're shocking him. They're doing this. They're doing that. All of a sudden, they say, okay, well, we have no use for him. Kill him. So conveniently, fucking Gary Busey is just all of a sudden not gonna be there when one guy is there by himself, literally a minute later to kill him, and then fucking Mel Gibson's character wraps his fucking legs around his neck and chokes him out and does this thing and kills him. Why the fuck would Gary Busey leave? Come on. This is what my issue with action movies. It's just fucking stupid. And I'm gonna tell you something. I can't believe I'm saying this. I think that horror, even though it's viewed the other way, I think that horror in a lot of cases is the smartest fucking genre of film. Because anytime I watch something that's not horror, a lot of dramas and a lot of action movies, I see fucking gaping fucking plot holes. And I do not usually see that in the really good horror movies.
Ew. Gaping holes. Plot holes.
But that's what I'm saying. Every time I watch one of these old classics, I watch it and I'm like, okay, I haven't seen it. Let's see what it is. And then I notice like 2 or 3 things and I'm like, well, wait a minute. How did people just accept this and not care? That's stupid. And I'm not saying Lethal Weapon is stupid. I enjoyed the movie. I cared for the characters. I would honestly, I may even give it an 8 on a second view, but it's like 7.5, 8. I don't dislike it, but if people are out there saying it's a fucking 5-star movie and fucking 10 out of 10, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's fucking because you grew up with it or saw it.
It is because I'm pretty close to that, but it's because I grew up with it. Is Watson still on the call?
I'm here. I'm just listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't see
Raging
you.
Bull.
I see you up top, but usually I see you at the bottom as well, and I didn't see you this time for whatever reason. Sorry.
Now, Raging Bull was fucking excellent. That's like a 9.5, I think.
That's a 5-star movie.
Scorsese.
Yeah. And awesome.
Scorsese.
Of course. It was great. And what was the other one I said that I watched? The Conformist? I would give it like another 7.5, 8. It's really good. It's really well made. There's something that happens towards the end of the movie which doesn't make sense. And if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm like, oh, there's this big lead up to this, this, and this. You have to be the one to do this and this. Then all of a sudden, he wasn't the one to do it. And all these other fucking people jumped out of nowhere and fucking whacked somebody. I'm like, well, if they could have done this, why is he even needed so badly? Just certain things that I'm watching the movie. I'm like, wait a minute. It doesn't. I don't get with the end game. But anyway.
I was reading in the 4K version of The Godfather that the scene, they actually changed the scene where Mo Green gets shot. He's like, you just shot me in the glasses and killed me.
Took a while to get to that joke, but that's
What did you me want? 2 seconds to get to that joke.
Yeah. In which case, then I fail. Grade 0. Dave, have you watched Wolf of Wall Street? Which is check that out too.
Did it come out in 2013 or not?
In that time frame, I think it was 2013. Yeah, in that time, I think it was 2013. I think you're actually bang on.
Is it about lycanthropy?
No, it's the Scorsese film with Leonardo DiCaprio. The one where that's where I think Robbie Margot was introduced, if I'm not mistaken. That whole film, that's I think the best Scorsese film in the last long time. A lot of people love his Departed. That's what he won the award for. I'm okay with it. I'm not blown away. It's okay. But Wolf of Wall Street was the one that stood out for me.
I
Wolf
skipped
or
it.
Wolf?
Wolf.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I skipped it, actually. It was down to 3 movies. I think I eliminated it because it was too long, and I wasn't sure. Either way, I came down. I put a poll on our thing. I said, well, not a poll, but I said, Only God Forgives, Gravity, and 12 Years a Slave. Which one of these movies should I watch? 'Cause I did research for each year I do. I'm going to pick one. Well, I'm watching 12 Years a Slave, and I'm about an hour and a half into it, and it's quite good. I want to see. I don't know how it ends up, so I can't say what it is now. But that's the one I chose for 2003.
Did you see
He dies
the
at
first
year
11
11.
years?
Yeah.
Did you see the first 11?
We both. Yeah.
Amazing.
Not
Amazing.
really, but.
God damn it.
Well, all right.
I didn't love 12 Years a Slave.
No? It's pretty serious shit. It's pretty fucking...
No, it's very serious. I would have gone with Only God Forgives on that choice.
Well, nobody seemed to like it in our group. I said, is it like Neon Demon at all? And like, and again, I didn't like Drive that much. I saw Drive.
Watch it a
expecting
second
to
time,
be
though.
fucking... Okay.
I don't know why. I didn't give it to Dave's second watch because the first time I watched Drive, I loved the opening and I fell out of it. I don't know why. And then I went back after my. Yeah. Just the whole. Yeah, I fell out of the car. And then after we watched and loved the Neon Demon, I went back and I watched that one again and I freaking loved it. Loved it.
Well, there you go. Maybe I will. I was
Loved
expecting it to be kind of like Neon Demon.
Did you like it?
But I don't care about cars. I figured, people that are into cars.
He doesn't care about bees. He doesn't care about cars. Got a lot of hiccups.
It's not my
and
thing.
hang-ups.
What about Teflon bees?
He hates those.
Remember, I always go back to that fucking sleepaway camp. He was like, "Oh, I didn't care about bees or whatever like that." He got to remember.
Yeah, of course. I'm like, what kind of kill is that? Bees? The first time I ever saw it, I go, what am I watching?
I don't care about bees. I always remember this, and I remember losing it back then. Episode 15, I think.
Well, that was it. The very first time I saw that, which wasn't even in the 80s. It was like in the year 2000. I watched the thing, and I was like I said, I go, this is like Meatballs with murder. That's what it reminded me of, the movie Meatballs. But
they almost called it Meatball Murder.
Yeah, they should have. Instead of Meatball Machine, they have a Meatball Murder, too, But, I mean, when I saw a bee killing, I was like, at the time. I was like, I'm thinking this is the slasher. Yeah. I want to see fucking...
Now bee killing is the new normal.
Wait, what?
We'll circle back to that next show.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back to 2021. Let's touch up on some stuff now.
Yeah, we didn't talk enough about 2021. Let's go back.
Well, I honestly, I don't think we did. That's why I thought this would be a good idea, because we
look at Christian. He's like he's
6 hours.
Well, we talked about the movies on our list, but it was a good damn year. There was a lot of other movies that that we didn't get to, and I figured B would have a whole lot to say about things, because he watched so many damn movies. But I
did watch a lot of films.
Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of 7.5s, and they were good. Some I remember, some I don't remember. Some made a list, and some didn't. So, I don't know. I thought we'd do a little of that. and then we do our preview for 22.
Yeah,
I have
I'm going to pull up my letterbox since I deleted my Word document I had.
33 movies. Did anybody talk about Bloody Hell?
Yeah, man, it was my number 12. I was just looking at my list. It was my number 27.
I liked that movie.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Which one was Bloody Hell? Why am I drawing Oh, yes.
Very early in the year. It was a lot of fun.
That guy was doing a good job channeling sort of Robert Downey Jr. He kind of had that feel to him, sort of like an Iron Man-ish type slickster, It was neat, the lead.
Oh, yeah, that was the 5th film I watched last year out of 288.
Wow. I liked it. There was the right amount of humor. That's what I liked about it. It wasn't overboard. It was, again, it was a 7 out of 10. Didn't make my list, but it was good. And it's another movie that when I hear the title, just like you laughed at me, I say Red Boat every time I see that title. Every time someone says Bloody Hell or I see the title, I say to myself, Bloody Hell. It's just what I do. I can't fucking help it. I always get these things in my head because that's the phrase. Is this a... Huh?
Did the Block Island Sound make anyone's list?
No.
That was a very good film, but we reviewed that so early.
I think gave it a 7, right? What the hell did I give it?
I feel like we were in that 7.5 range.
That's where I'd fall as well on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like my 10th movie, I think. Block Island Sound. See, I started off so slow.
I wonder if I left it off my list by accident, like my whole list. So maybe I have 103. I'll have to check it.
What are you talking about? What movie? Bloody Hell or Block Island?
No, Black Island. Block Island.
It's Block Island. Black Island.
Black Island.
I'm just gonna mute my mic. I'm playing. Oh God, why do I do this?
Mine are all in order, and it's funny because everything I watched in the beginning, they were all for the show. And as a matter of fact, the show is the reason I watched some of them, and have such, like one. I'll tell you, my bottom movies, most of the ones that I watched for them were I just didn't choose it. I watched them because either somebody recommended it, like for a certain, like my wife wanted to watch the one, or we had to do one for the show or something, and they ended up being a 6 or a 6.5. So I can kind of forgive myself a little bit for not, but I mean, Shadow in the Clouds was the first one we watched.
Yeah, it was.
And that was for the show. Then the next one was Curse of Aurora, whatever her name was. And even though a lot of found footage people love it, I just thought it was okay, and I gave it a 6.
Terrible. I love found footage, but Curse of Aurora was just really bad.
Yeah, it was okay, I know. And then Psycho Gorman was the next one, and we talked to that to the fucking death.
Or do I?
Oh, stop.
Yes. Yes.
There's another thing about that movie. I think I've heard a lot of people talk about Power Rangers. I've never watched a second of a Power Rangers thing because it just wasn't my age bracket.
Or
so
did you?
Maybe if I watched Power Rangers growing up, I would have an affinity to this type of thing, possibly. Maybe that's something I missed out on.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. You know, I just couldn't stand that girl more than anything. Oh, my God. But anyway, it's Queen of Black Magic was the 5th one, and I love it. It made my list. And, you know, didn't make anyone else's list, though, did it?
I didn't go back and rewatch it. I think I was like in the
that was what it was for me as well. There were a few here that only didn't make it because I never got around to the second watch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Queen of Black Magic was one of those I meant to revisit and just didn't. Same with the Night House. I think, did you all have the Night House?
Yeah.
I think I would have too, because I'm a huge fan of what Bruckner does, and I really liked the movie, but just didn't get that second watch in. Same with a classic horror story on Netflix. That was another one that I meant to get to it because it was cerebral, and those first 2 acts were freaky and scary. And yeah, the final act, was disappointing, but still had some bold kills, so it kind of made up for it. And yeah, these all barely missed my list. The Night House, Queen of Black Magic, and a classic horror story only didn't make it because I didn't get that second watch in. So
you should watch it again, man. You might fucking love it. You might come way up, dude. Especially being an Evil Dead fan like you are.
Yes, right.
It's kind of like a good take, kind of, on Evil Dead type stuff going on in the third act. I fucking. But you talk about the third act. That was my problem with that movie, Classic Horror Story. I did not buy the fucking switch.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
At all. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not buy that at all. That's what bothered me. It wasn't executed right. It didn't make sense to me. The why of it, the how of it, and stuff.
The why and the hows were weird. But yeah, I'll tell you what I did like. There's a kill with a shotgun that I didn't expect. I really didn't expect that she was going to blow this person away. And I kind of smiled like, well, all right. you not bad.
Yeah.
I remember so little about it because that's what stuck in. When I think about the movie, I remember where it took me in the third act, and I was like, it didn't add up to me.
I was like, oh, great, Midsommar again. Just what I want.
I don't mind the switch. I just thought it wasn't done right. That's a good twist. I'm fine with that. I just don't think that they executed it right. It was written. I didn't buy it. I was like, well, if that's the case, then why this, and this? And I just rationalized my way out of it. I was like, how could this be? And it happens sometimes. So
yeah, true.
Then the next movie was Saint Maud, which, by the way, I talked about my theory of Saint Maud last week, and there was a couple of things I didn't mention. I think that further, my argument is stronger about what I was thinking. And the fact that the woman turns into the demon at the end and does that thing, I think that she is coming face to face with the actual demon that's possessing her. And then the whole ecstasy thing, of her going into it and praying and saying this is God and going to almost orgasmic type reactions, that's something that a devil would do. They would, because that's how they're going to seduce you, the most carnal instincts you have. So I just think there's more and more that add up to freaking, and then of course this demon is punishing her, saying, okay, put these things in your shoes and walk around with these nails and all that. I could see this is a demon, a devil, whatever, playing with you to fuck with you, and they're going to take your soul. Like, okay, you're looking for God? Fuck you, I'll show you your God. And then I'm going to come in and swoop in and say, boom, okay, you found God. Now I want you to do this. I think it makes it even better, more evil.
Dave, I want to see that movie, but a definitive version of that movie, not with the ambiguity. I want to see everything you just said in a film, but spelled out. I think that would be wicked.
They had that film last year. What was the one? Remember, it was like a found footage where the guys were pretending to do exorcisms.
Oh, yes. That was
a good film.
That was a good movie. What was that? Something.
Oh my God, I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up on my letterbox while you guys.
We watched it and we reviewed it last year.
I don't know if we reviewed it, but we definitely watched it.
Yeah, was it online exorcisms?
Oh, I'm not.
Of course, yes. I don't have a 2020 list.
The one that was on Shudder? The one?
Yes, it was definitely on Shudder.
Yeah. What was the name of that?
Did
the guy turned into
Shudder?
a demon.
Yeah, it was the two friends who were like schoolmates.
Midnight Hour or something like that, or Midnight
Cleansing Hour.
Cleansing. There it is. Good call. See, there you go. See, the word hour comes in.
Yeah,
there.
once you said the Cleansing Hour.
Nice.
That's what it reminded me when you said that, when you want to see that definitive movie where it's like, it turns out it's not like one thing and it's another.
Well, I like what Dave's talking about here because, just with the idea of a very subtle demonic deception that, if you don't scrutinize it very closely, seems like God, seems something angelic, seems like the path to righteousness, but then you're playing into the devil's or the demon's hands the entire time. I would love to see something like that. Dave, your interpretation of that film is really cool, man. I don't think I've heard anybody say it quite like that. Most people don't interpret the film that way. So
I never did, and this was like the fourth or fifth time I saw it. That's what it takes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I never had that. That's what I'm saying. I was like on board with everybody else, and I was like, because I've always a little bit wondered about that bug on the ceiling. And I'm like, what is the significance of that?
Yeah, I don't.
Why are they showing us? And then it comes back again. And then the other thing that always kind of struck in my craw a little bit was when she was talking to the thing, and
that needs to go in 2022. Yeah. Whatever the hell you just said there.
From the 30s and shit.
It needs to go today.
Yeah. Hey, we'll add cock to the walk.
Dave.
Cock of the walk. Head to the walk.
Cock of the walk. You got to keep cock of the walk.
Yeah, those are old school. They stood the test of time.
That's Boulder Dash.
Yeah, there you go.
That's gone too. I'm cutting everything.
And then later
on,
anything
you say on your show, we're cutting out.
Deep dive. Cut it out. We're gonna call it the balls deep dive. We're changing.
Balls deep dive. I know.
Or ball deep. What does he say? Fucking Duncan. Because I guess in the UK they don't say balls deep. They say, and I'm not sure which word it is. Do they say ball, B-A-L-L, or do they say B-A-W, ball deep? Do you know that phrase, Watson?
No, sure don't.
Because he says it a lot. So, and I know you do the show with him. Yeah. So in the UK they call it either ball deep or baw deep instead of saying ball deep. I don't know why. I don't know why a singular ball.
I never trust anybody that eats bangers and mash.
And just one ball.
It says
one ball. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, that thing stuck with me, and then that bothered me a little bit in that movie. And then later on, when she's talking in the foreign language, or it's talking to her, and she's understanding what it's saying, and the demonic sounding voice that it's using, I'm like, this is done. There's a reason they're doing this. What is that reason? That's when I started piecing things together. So that's it, and it explains all those things if you go by my interpretation. So anyway, Shudder and Foreign, Queen of Black Magic, another foreign movie, Saint Maud. The next one, another foreign movie, The Vigil, which we talked about on the show. So
oy vey.
Yeah. Then I watched that movie Son. That was for the show. All these movies were for the show. I went all this time without. And then after Son, which we all liked, it was like a 7 out of 10. I don't know if anybody loved it. I don't remember. But it was okay.
I thought B didn't like it.
Yeah, he didn't like it. That's right. And I get why.
I listen.
Yeah, I remembered it at the last second. Then I saw Lucky because I had to gamble on something. And it was the title of Lucky. And I wish I didn't.
Oy vey.
I like Lucky. Almost made my list.
Yeah.
Lucky for us, it didn't, because that would have been fucking brutes. Brutes.
Not a bad movie. Good movie.
That Stan. Brutes.
Then Block Island Sound. And now Happy Times. Did anybody see Happy Times? I'm not 100% sure I consider it straight
Happy
horror,
Times.
but I want to recommend it. You didn't see it either?
What is
Nope.
it?
Oh, man.
It's the opposite of Sad Times.
It's a...
Yeah.
I recommend it. It's on Tubi. Check it out. It's action, comedy, horror. And it says a seemingly friendly dinner erupts into a night of violence and terror at a lush Hollywood estate. It's a Shabbat dinner, by the way.
A what?
Shabbat. I think you said
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Not watching it.
So no, listen though. Hold up. Check.
It's
Over the
about
course
Jews?
of a Shabbat dinner at a fancy Hollywood Hills mansion, a toxic mix of alcohol, egos, cultural differences, lust and greed derails the evening rather quickly, and things spin out of control. Secrets are revealed, relationships are tested, and getting out in one piece will be the ultimate challenge. I recommend it. I
want to see this. This sounds pretty good, except the Shabbat dinner.
Shazbot. How about that one?
Silent Night.
Remember Shazbot? Mork and Mindy.
I was never a Mork and Mindy fan. Funny enough.
Oh, really?
Are you a fan of anything?
Brandon, his voice just pipes. Aren't you a fan of anything?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
I love you, C.
Shitty. I was if for shitty sitcoms, I watched Different Strokes. And The Facts of Life.
Different Strokes.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I think of what's it called?
Fucking
What's that
horrible.
movie that did? Stay Tuned. At the end, they had Different Strokes. They had all people like in the hospital. Different Strokes. I love Lucifer.
Amazing.
I
You
saw
don't
that in the
remember?
theater. I saw that
See,
fucking
I
movie
love
in the
that
theater.
movie. That's a good movie.
Did anyone see The Heiress by chance?
No.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Did
I
you
haven't
like
heard
it?
of that one, Dave.
No, I didn't like it.
No, wow, really? It's from the Philippines, another foreign film, and I think I gave it a 7 or something like that.
I don't like Filipinos. Sorry, Watson.
I
I don't trust them.
You shouldn't.
The Heiress. Well, like I said, it's
You don't
it's
trust
on
them because
Prime.
they're hard workers, and that's something you don't believe in. Look at his face.
Awesome. How about A Ghost Waits? Anybody see that one?
I actually wanted to see it. It was almost one I watched like literally a day or two before we recorded, but I didn't get a chance to.
Same. Yeah. Was it a comedy?
It's black and
something?
white, like comedy.
Yes.
It's just a ghost sitting in a chair. It's just a guy with a sheet over his head, just like with his arms crossed.
Yeah, it goes
For an hour and 45 minutes.
Terrible.
Yep. That's what the movie is.
He's sitting at a bus stop. Ghost Wait.
Yeah.
We should circle back around to that later.
Yeah, we'll circle back to that. We'll deep dive on that one later.
Perfect. Please.
It's very
please do.
minimalistic.
So is he's podcasting today. Very minimalistic. Is this your new normal?
Yeah.
Dave, do you
I'm
rate
already
a
on
Ghost
break.
Waits favorably?
Yeah, I give it a 7.
Okay,
I
7.
give it a 7. It's
I'm
very
already on break.
minimalistic. It turns into more romance later on, and I don't quite get why they had to go there with it. I wish they could have done it and stuck it out, because I don't want to...
That's what appealed to me. That's what appealed to me when I saw the trailer. And reading some reviews that it was that they were describing it as like a love story amongst.
It just doesn't make sense. You're gonna fall in love with a ghost that you don't
Fall in
even
love with a
see.
ghost every day.
Maybe it's got a big dick.
But it's good. It's a small budget. It's cool. I would check it out. I know it's like the Air Channel. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What else we got? Oh, we saw that. We saw that. Another Shudder movie. Another foreign movie. See, so many of it, man. It's great. How about Bright Hill Road? Anyone see that one?
Yes.
No.
It got
Did you
awards
like
on Friday Nightmares for me. Yes, I liked it very much. I thought the lead actress Siobhan Williams was very good in it, and I thought it was my favorite uncorked film for the year.
Holy shit! This is what went through my head right there. It got awards. I looked. I sat up a little bit on Friday Nightmares, and I went.
Right.
I have to be totally honest. It won awards. I was about to write it down on Friday Nightmares.
It won awards.
I had to tell the joke twice,
fucking...
B, just because.
He gave it an award, so it won awards. You can't say I gave it an award. He said it actually won awards from him. I was going to try to say that. Did you see Friday the 13th won awards? The best slasher.
He's not happy right now. Look at his face right now.
It's kind of pompous, though, isn't it? It won awards.
Kind of pompous from the guys who won't watch a movie unless it gets praise from other people. It's pompous. But I'm the pompous one. Oh, I won't watch it. It doesn't pass my art test.
What's going on with his throat right now? I'm gonna watch it.
It's
just all like
see, it's that ghost throat. With the big dick.
You guys.
What's the name of the movie that won awards on the Friday Nightmares? What's the name again? I'm being serious now.
Bright Hill Road. It's a good story. I almost wanted to give it a second watch because it's a character piece. It's, this woman's an alcoholic, and she gets put on leave at her job, and then she heads out somewhere, right? And she stops at this boarding house, and one thing leads to another. And I like these quiet character piece movies where and then shit goes down. I just can't remember what kept me from elevating it just a little bit. It was good. I think it was one of my very few.
It's very low budget. It's very low budget.
Yeah, but low budget doesn't mean bad.
No, it doesn't. But
no.
When you have as many bigger budget films as we did this year, it's gonna suffer. The same thing with Apartment 413, which I also gave an award to on Friday Nightmares. You fucking bastard.
Look,
Brandon Award.
I wrote it down. 413.
Also, another low-budget film, but terrific performances and really a heartbreaking ending. And that one was, I mentioned it, I think, last week. That one has Bree Grant in it, who did a lot this year. Stylist, Lucky, Apartment 413. She does a lot.
Apartment 413. I got to check this one out then. If you're high on it, shit.
Cool. Yeah. These films all almost made my list. Probably would have been like top 40.
I knew you'd chime in with some. I knew you had a bunch. I'm like, this guy's got to have fucking
Casey Kasem over here.
Yeah.
And on tonight's episode of Friday Nightmares, I'm giving...
Zoink, Scoob!
It's B's Weekly Top 40.
For somebody who's dead, you guys are doing a lot of impressions of him. He's dead. Let him rest in peace.
He can't even do his own death dedication. You ever hear that outtake? Whenever I come in to a goddamn death dedication, you play that upbeat music. And if you haven't heard it, Brandon, you gotta listen to it. It's all over the place. You'll be on YouTube or whatever.
Since you
talk
recommended
about a dog died.
I will not be listening to it.
A dog died.
You're only doing yourself a disservice. I don't care. It's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Goddamn dog death. You play that upbeat music. It throws me off.
I gotta start talking about
it's right up there with, we'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
It is great. Someone dig it up, man. It's fucking great.
Dig up the dog?
Yeah.
It was Gordon.
Gordon. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, amazing.
I just want to wedge as many Friday references as possible.
I got two other movies here, and I can't remember them. I rated them 6.5. Banishing and The Held. I don't remember anything about them. That's probably why they're 6.5. Because
The Banishing was that Christopher, guess the one in the house with the time frame that takes place in World War II.
Oh, we did that on the show.
Yeah.
One of those with the little doll puppets.
Yeah, it had some creepy imagery, but it definitely, a lot of people did not like it. I think I liked it the most out of all of us. But again, at the end of the day, 6.5, 7 out of 10. And I was the high one.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, there we go. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, Held.
Held was okay.
It was okay. I remember something being revealed and I'm saying, wait a minute, this couldn't be because.
Yeah, I didn't like the reveal, but yeah, I was like, of course.
Yeah, it was a good premise, but ultimately a weak reveal, a good reveal, but done weakly. You know what I mean? It just in a better movie that would have been awesome. That's what the reason.
Did that get any awards on Friday Night
Lights? Probably.
I'm sorry.
I think they have an award for every Scott Crawford movie that got 4 stars.
The only thing that didn't get an award was Christian's podcasting ability.
Yeah. This joke has been the most reused joke on the last 3 episodes.
Do better.
All the listeners.
Do better, and it'll die out.
It's fine. I get a kick out of it because I'm going to listen back. I'm like, there it is again.
Awesome.
So I read twice this episode. The Power I had on my list.
Power?
I liked it better than a lot of people did too. I liked that one.
The Power was
creepy.
Garbage.
No,
Garbage?
it wasn't.
What
Garbage.
the fuck? No, I liked it. 7
It
out
was
of
good.
10.
I'm with you.
Sense
7 out
you
of
guys
10.
liked it. Garbage.
My
Another
number
foreign
36.
film.
Number 36.
Wow.
36. It was good. I'm with you.
Foreign
I'm with
and
you,
on
D.
Shudder.
Garbage.
Yeah, good stuff. And I like the lead girl a lot.
Boring.
Yep. No, it was
I
good.
forget what her name
Boring.
is. She kind of looks like Gage. Anybody here know who Gage is?
Yeah, from Pet Sematary.
Yeah, there you go.
I had that wedged right between Brandon's number 1 of the year, The Deep House on one side and The Power on the other, and Silent Night right in the middle at number 37. 35, sorry. Power was 36.
Ah, nice. Yeah, wasn't bad. You know,
I thought so,
it
too.
needed something else. Another big, kind of like I said, something lacked for me in Antlers. That's kind of what but I think Antlers was better made. It just needed something else. It was just like
The Power?
No, we didn't cover The Power.
I feel like we did, but maybe it was just.
No. We didn't even talk about it, man.
That's the one in the hospital. I thought we covered that.
No, we didn't cover it. What about Zebra Girl? Did anybody see that one?
I did.
No.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I gave it like a 7.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 7.5. It's another. I'm pretty sure it's another foreign movie. Yeah, Zebra. They pronounce it Zebra, not Zebra, like Deborah.
I haven't even heard of that one, Dave.
Oh, really? Well, it's listed on the B as a mystery thriller.
Okay.
It's something we've seen before as far as the reveal, but what's interesting is, and you know where it's going. I mean, so that's kind of half the problem with it, but it doesn't matter because after the reveal comes and you see it, it's what happens after that becomes more interesting. But again, it's a 7.5. It's definitely worth your time. You can watch it on IMDb TV for free. Well, that's a lot of rhyming. Cool. But yeah, Zebra Girl is another good one. What about Soul? I gave it a 7. What the hell is Soul? Anybody?
Asian film.
The Malaysian film.
Oh,
yeah.
We talked about it last week.
Yep.
Right?
I thought it was that Pixar movie.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
No?
Soul.
Do I have to make the joke again?
Go for it.
Can you try to can you try to frame it in a somewhat funny context this time?
No, just do better. I thought it was a Pixar film. You fucking skunk.
Candisha. We all saw Candisha, right?
Candisha was good. Candisha
I liked it.
Yeah,
good.
another foreign movie, another one on Shudder. Yeah, good kills, good story. You follow along with it well. It's slashery. It's honestly, I think I liked it better than Candyman, which is kind of the same type of thing. They both got like the same rating from me, but I went back and I watched Candisha a second time where I did not watch Candyman. For me, once was enough.
Yeah, me too. I watched Candisha a second time. I still gave it a 7.5, but it was very good.
And I quite like that girl. Yep. Yeah. That girl is great. And of course, I knew it.
It was all right.
The Night They Knocked.
Man.
I know C saw it.
What's that?
It's a low budget sort of like home invasion.
I couldn't make it through that. That was my first watch in January of 2021. I got about halfway through it and I was just like, yeah, I have other things to do.
See, the acting is not great and it's very inconsistent, but I thought for a very low budget film, I thought it was really well done. I thought the kills were pretty good and I kind of enjoyed where the story went and the final act of it. I thought it was pretty brutal. I thought
okay. That's cool.
But the acting can take you out of it.
I think I forgot to put that on my list too, and I watched it because of your recommendation. And the reason Brandon recommended it is because we were talking about the movie at that time and producing it for an X amount of money, what we thought we would probably be a realistic budget, or that we actually thought this is what we could probably do it for. And this movie was made for that same amount of money. And for that, I thought it was good, and I liked how it ended. I thought they did a great job with that ending.
A very powerful
with that last
ending.
shot ending too.
Yeah. The
All right,
acting
I'm intrigued.
was inconsistent, but I think the budget was somewhere in like the 25,000 range, like super low budget, and I think they stretched it out a lot. That cover art, though, Dave Z, if you do check it out, you got to go and know it's a very, very bad cover art.
I was about to say, I wonder why I skipped it. Those were my next words to you. What was it called again?
The Night They Knocked. I almost skipped it because of this cover art.
Hold on. The night they... you rat. The night they knocked, huh? The night they saved Christmas. Okay, there it is. The night they knocked. Oh, I know why. Because yeah, I'll tell you exactly why I didn't watch it. Because fucking on Letterboxd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12 people watched it. The highest rating, Smoke Show Crawford, doesn't count. 3.5.
He counts.
In Duvall, no, because everything.
That's what I would give it.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Count.
I love the guy, but he doesn't. He rates higher than everybody else. So you can't. You know what I'm saying? It's like grading on a curve. It's like if this guy always gives a fucking 90%, you got to look at everybody else that doesn't, and then and it's just it is what it is. Moods gave it a 1. Fucking Dustin Baker a 1.
Dustin Baker hates every single movie though. Look at Dustin Baker's letterbox. Because I like to see what he watches, because he watches more than just about anyone on the planet. His highest rated movie ever is like a 6 out of 10. The guy hates movies, but watches about 3,000 a year.
I miss that guy.
Again, outside of those two people that I said, everybody else gave it a 1, a half, a 1.5, or a 2. One person gave it a 3. So when I see all that, I'm like, well, there's no reason to rush out and watch. Again,
I think a 3.5 is. I think a 3.5 is a fair rating for that. But I don't know. Really? I don't understand how people rate. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like I might come down hard on movies. I might,
we know
ill of films like Midsommar and Halloween and stuff that I don't like. But if you listen to my ratings of them. Like, I give Midsommar, the director's cut, a 7.5. I give Halloween Kills a 6, 6.5. Like, I give fair ratings. I don't give
it a 4.
Give what a 4? No,
Halloween Kill a 4. Okay.
No, I gave Halloween 2018 a 6, and I said I like this one better, so 6.5.
Okay.
I very rarely give below 5. I really have to have a terrible time with it. I probably had about 15 films on my list this year below 5 out of 288.
Nice.
But I do turn off films. If I'm not into it, I'll turn it off. But you gotta
That's
go.
What happened to me with The Night They Knocked. But what you said about the ending, though, you got me intrigued. I may have to give it a chance.
And you have to go into this knowing that the acting is pretty low budget. The film itself is super low budget.
Well, I mean, there were some good low budget movies this year. Some solid I know Dave. It sounds you still are going with your list, but there were a number of pretty low budget films that weren't bad. You could see the effort behind it was solid, and that there's love put into it, and you could go, yeah, you know what, they might not have had the budget, but this was cool. So I appreciate that.
And that's why I can knock bad films like that, because people say you shouldn't knock films that have low budgets, and I say I should, because I see movies that are made for fucking $300,000 and lower that look like they're $1 million pictures, and they're great. So to me, that's not an excuse. You should always make the most of your budget. So I will knock a movie that says, well, don't pick on those low budget films. I'm like, I'm sorry. I've seen examples of both. So I can't, it's unfair for me to separate. I got to look at it and say, hey, this is your budget.
It's not that they get a pass. It's just that you can't rate a movie like, It 2018, whatever it was, 2017, compared to like The Night They Knocked. You can't compare a movie that has a $50 million budget. You just have to know that there's limitations.
Yeah, but look at it. What was The Witch's budget? There's been other movies that are fucking independent movies that didn't have the highest budgets, that don't have a budget of an It, but fucking ended up being excellent.
The Witch definitely has
but that's a different. There's still a level. We're talking about sub 100,000 versus $500,000 million plus.
Independent
there's different
horror is
levels.
too vague a term now because
Yeah.
low budget too vague a term because there's
It's really
micro
no budget.
Then
Yeah.
the next
micro.
level of micro budget. Like,
Sure.
I mean, there are people
That's
who make films
fair.
for $1,000 a film, and it shows. Like, you shouldn't do it. Just save a
Like
couple
those
thousand. Make 'em-
those ones that were Metal Face or whatever those ones were. There's like the guy. I read an interview with the guy, and he says there's this guy that finances his movies, gives him $50,000 a film. I wish I had this guy, but watch those fucking movies. They're horrible. There's no.
Metal
It's like
Face.
what Metal Face? It was like they actually, when that 2017 Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out, they're trying to ape. They're trying to work off of their marketing and make it seem like that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre film that came out, and they're actually using I think they were calling it Leatherface, or they're trying to spin it that way, and then of course change it at the last minute. There's a series of them.
They call it Leatherhead?
I think it's Metal Face now. But look up
Leatherhead
Metal
would've
Face,
been
and it'll
better.
take you down. The last one,
Leatherhead.
the last one he made actually has a guy that looks like he's Charles Bronson, and he's at the front of it, and it looks
saw
like
that
a really
actor.
murky.
Yeah.
That's the same series. They get roughly about. There's a financer guy in the States, and there are people like this all over. I was friends with one of them, but the person making the movie has very little skill, and they're getting like a $50,000 budget roughly per film.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whether it be a
You gotta
tax
have
write-off for the guy or whatever it is, he's invested in there, and they're making these movies, and they go to whatever streaming site, and they go from there. But this conversation was good, D. It was a good idea because I realized 2 movies that I'd watched were not actually on my list. So now my total for the year is 104 movies. Let's see if there's more that pop up.
That's the only reason it's a good conversation, because you
Dave, did
realize
you-
you watch 2 more movies.
Did
That's
you
not the
see
only
We Are
reason.
The Missing?
What?
Did you see We Are the Missing?
No, I did not.
The found footage. I figured
What?
maybe you'd like it.
What? Oh man, I gotta see it now.
Yeah, some found
Wait,
footage fan. Yeah.
what?
Wait, what?
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Yeah. Wait for it. That's the other one I hate. Wait for it. Right in the fucking head. You know why I hate it? Because it's from the 70s and it made a comeback in the 2010s.
But
Like,
the ones from the 30s you like.
Well, because they never die. Nobody uses it.
They never die.
No one else
Capper.
besides me is gonna say Top of the
Capper.
Pops.
They
It's
should've
my
been
own
They
fucking
should have been
line.
put in the gas chamber in World War II.
It's Dave Z fucking link. I do my own thing. But if everybody's doing it, it's fun now. But it's like in MASH. It was
MASH.
food.
Yes, Colonel Potter.
Yeah, wait for it. He started it in fucking MASH, and nobody said it for
What are you
fucking
laughing
30
about?
years.
I have no idea.
That also
I have no idea what the hell Dave is talking about. He's just.
That's okay. Let's move on. How about Boys from County Hell? Did you guys check that one out?
Yeah,
Yeah, I liked
it was
that.
good. It was good.
It's fun.
It was good. I gave it a 7.25. It was 2 movies this year I gave. There were 2 movies I used a 7.25 on this year, and that was one of them. Boys from County Hell. But, I recommend it. This is why we're doing the show, because I thought it's good to have more recommends for the listeners that always say, I haven't seen anything. What came out in 2020?
For the sake of
besides our
Vicious.
fucking
For the sake of Vicious.
Vicious
Yeah.
Fun.
I saw that.
That's another
That's a
one.
movie.
Yeah, I'm recommending it. It just dropped on Shudder, but it came out last year.
Fuck, I never even heard of it.
For the sake of Vicious.
But how about Boy Behind the Door? Was that on anybody's list?
No, it was okay.
No, but it was
It
good.
was interesting. Yeah, it was an interesting. I think it's on Netflix. No,
Shudder.
Shudder.
Shudder. Okay, well, 7.5. I quite liked it. So any 7.5, I'm going to recommend. That's all there is to it. I have so many.
Superhost, I'm the only one on the show that seems to like. I liked that
I
movie.
didn't see it.
That stuck out more to me and was another example of, decent. Again, there we go. I said again. What I assumed was a very low budget movie. The only thing that made that budget seem higher, and I said this on the show before, was that Barbara Crampton had a small role in it. And I'm assuming she got paid maybe a bit differently, but who knows? Because remember when we had Lauren Ashley Carter? Did I say her name right? I always mess up her name
Good
on that show,
You did
and
it.
she was talking about what the pay scale is for these lower budget movies, and they're significantly lower. I just assume that maybe she might not be making all that much per film. What the hell is
Biscuit.
that?
It's a
That's
biscuit.
the small role Barbara Crampton had in this movie.
Small role.
Wow.
Jesus.
Well, and I've got to step up my game.
I was just gonna say it. Like I tell C, I will also try and do better.
I got a gas change loaded for this.
Oh God. Let's go. Let's go.
No, I don't.
You got a what?
You know?
Nothing. I'm a terrible person and a bad friend.
Did you guys see Sound
bad
of
joke.
Violence?
What is
Yes.
it?
Which one?
Sound of Violence?
Shocking violence?
Sound of
Sound
Violence.
of Violence.
I didn't get to that one, B.
No.
Was it okay?
Let me give
Yep.
let me give Christian some. Yes, shocking violence. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Is it good though?
It was
Got
good.
great kills. Got
Yeah.
really good violence in it.
That was
Had
the
a
one
low
where you're
IMDb
talking about
score.
with the harp. And,
Yes.
and yeah, it's
Ooh.
great. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Oh.
And
Speaking
I
of music,
gave the award. I gave an award to the harp kill, even though
it didn't.
wasn't-
Okay, it wasn't given an award, but you gave it.
it was given an award by me. By
By you,
everyone.
right?
That's where I heard it
didn't
on Friday
win
Nightmares. You
awards.
given the award.
Yes, it
And
won
I
an
agree.
award on Friday Nightmares from me. Yes.
Okay.
It won awards. It was given awards by me. I'm not allowed to give awards.
Sure you are.
Yeah.
It's a free country. Still.
Tell it, B.
It's a perfect example of a great low budget movie that I felt, I don't know if fell apart's the right word, but I didn't like the ending. I didn't like where it went in that last act.
Oh.
I thought my
I agree with
take
you.
home.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and that's why I didn't. I still gave it like a. I think I gave it just under a 7. I think I gave it 6.75. But the kills in it
Yeah.
are brutal. That
Agreed.
it's really you really got to see it just for that. And
And
it's
the
got
idea-
the girl from Yellow
Yeah.
Jackets in it. The girl she's in the new Scream movie. She's starting to break out. She's really good.
Oh,
That Jasmine.
In
Jasmine
Hives?
Savoy. Yeah, she's starting to break out in Hives from all the Yellow Jackets that are around. her.
Exactly. Hives.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. Hives and Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Good call. Yeah.
Waka, waka, waka.
How about Howling Village? I do not think.
All right.
Halloween Village.
Yeah, Halloween Village. Yes, Halloween Village.
Howling.
Howling. The Howling. Oh.
Christian.
Howling Village.
Howling Village again.
Shimizu does not make a bad movie.
Oh,
That's
Shimizu, that's right.
7 out of 10. Does not make a bad movie.
6.5.
that man.
It was all right.
I'll check that out. Howling
Yeah,
Village.
it-
Okay.
Did you
Pretty
guys ever watch?
interesting.
Did you watch Spare Parts? B? Did you end up checking it out or no?
Spare parts.
The one that I
Oh.
recommended near the end when we're just spitballing movie ideas out, and I watched it. It was on Crave. It was a Canadian streaming service earlier this year. It's the one where it's a girl punk band that gets taken into like this sort of abandoned area, and their limbs are cut off and replaced with like blunt instruments, and they've got to fight to the death in like a
What?
a ring.
That's awesome. I remember
Wow.
you bringing this up now.
Yeah.
I'm adding it to the list.
I gotta see
it's
that. Yeah, that's
super low budget, but it's got the guy from. He's been in a lot of low budget. He's been in a lot of movies over the years. I think his most recent was last year, the one with the why is the name escaping me now? Where it's the parents that keep the girl up in the room because of some demon possession with their child or whatever like that. What is that fucking movie called? Something with Jacob or I don't know. There's you guys all loved it. Everybody loved it last year. Demon possession. A guy gets hit with a snowblower. It's death.
Oh.
anything for
yeah.
Jackson.
Anything for
Yes.
Jack. Thank you. Yes,
Loved it.
So
Oh,
That-
Julian Richards.
that
That guy?
the dad there. He's like the kingpin or the leader in the movie. Again, I'm not saying that this
Oh.
is a fantastic film. It's just worth checking out for the batshit craziness of it all.
Nice.
Spare parts.
Okay.
Parts.
Martyr's Lane. Anyone see that one? I gave that 7.5 too.
Yes, that was one I wanted to rewatch. I didn't get a chance to, but that was a very good film.
Yeah, it's on Shudder. I didn't get a chance to watch that one.
Check it out. That's another one.
Okay.
7.5. I'll just
What was it
only
called
have
again?
7.5 today. Martyr's Lane.
Martyr's Lane.
Not-
Julian Richings. Yeah, Julian Richings. That's his name.
I
And
want
Spare
to
Parts.
say one more thing that was a 7.5. Everything else is. Oh, actually, Don't Breathe too. I'm glad I watched it. People told me not to watch
Hey!
it. I had fun with it. I fucking.
It's
I loved
it.
ridiculous.
7.5.
It's so fucking
To a
batshit
degree,
crazy,
yeah.
but
But-
it's fun.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
good
agree.
kills, fucking good story. I mean, they acknowledged. People say they made a hero out of him. No, they didn't. He even said he's a bad man in the beginning, and at the end they told him he's a fucking piece of shit, and he said I am. And they did not glorify him. Now, they glorify their character more in Scream than they do this guy in this movie.
Interesting.
All right?
And who can't forgive one turkey baster?
That's right. It was green.
I don't even like turkey.
A chive turkey.
I like the Pope's nose. Maybe
Exactly.
it was gonna...
Juicy.
I call it the Parsons nose.
Juicy.
Parsnips.
If anyone wants to shout out a 7.5 or something that they want to do it. I'm gonna stop where I am. I'll say this: The Strings had all the it's only a 6.5. Had an excellent soundtrack score. Had all the elements of what could have been a great movie, and it just didn't fucking go anywhere where it should have, and it's too bad. But The Strings is a curious movie.
I agree with you with the ratings. I agree with you with it being an interesting movie. With it not going there, I think the budget constraints were there, but I think the concept where it went is interesting. It's pretty dark and something that really hasn't been explored a lot in horror movies when I think about it.
And how about that score? Man,
I actually really enjoyed it. Even though I also gave it like a 6.5, 6.75, I would still recommend that one. For me, films that let's see, what else? Super Deep was fun. 7 out of 10, I think, for that one.
Okay.
Super hot. Very low budget film, but super hot. Enjoyed that one.
It was a super deep, a super hot, and a fucking super host in the same year, huh?
Sorry I Killed You.
Must be Canadian.
I think it is.
Sorry, I killed you.
I
killed you. Yeah.
Mosquito State.
Mosquito bites. Sorry.
Tig-O Bitties.
Yeah, Tig-O Bitties. Right. Good old big ones and big old good ones.
Too Late.
Too late?
Anyone see Too Late?
Oh, no. Oh, okay. No.
Slash Lorette Party.
How about Too Soon?
Is that good?
Is that a movie?
Slash Lorette Party?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I still only give it a 6.5, but it was super fun, low budget film.
Okay.
Hashtag like. Really enjoyed that one.
Damn.
Let's see what else we got here.
What about Happy Little Bunnies? Did you like that one?
Yes, Happy Little Bunnies. That's next on the list here.
How about The Djinn? The Djinn? Did we talk about that last week?
The Djinn, I like The Djinn. A lot of people liked it more. I think it would have worked better as a short film.
Maybe so.
I agree.
Maybe.
But I felt like it was.
But I did.
It was already pretty short.
No, I felt like it should have been like a 30-minute movie.
Yeah, no, I think you're correct.
I wouldn't go that far, but I understand what you're saying. I understand, but
A Perfect Enemy was a great film. I just didn't consider it horror, so I left it off. School's Out Forever, good film.
Huh.
Wow. What else do I got here? I don't even remember that movie.
Initiation, I thought blew it in the fucking reveal.
Initiation.
Other than that, it was a slasher, but it doesn't.
Only again the souped up reveal. It's like everybody turns from like a murderer to like when they're unmasked, they're amped up crazy. This has happened in the Scream movies, and I feel like it happened here too, where I didn't mind the movie. I didn't actually even mind a reveal. It's just this
they shit the bed.
Of
Initiation.
him.
Yeah, that wasn't that great.
The problem with Initiation is the guy couldn't have been there because of his position. I can't get into spoilers, but it's a complete drop of the ball. It makes zero sense why that person would be the killer because of who they are in life and everything else, and they wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be able to call the people. I can't say.
I'm mixing it up. I'm mixing it up with There's Someone in Your House. I saw both.
Oh,
and I have them
gotcha.
equally rated, and I thought they're both efficient slashers and enough in the fact that like in a year that felt like we didn't have that many of them other than like a Halloween Kills or whatever. I liked these, but
They shit the bed in the end though.
they shit the bed at the end. You're right.
Yeah,
Like,
they did.
there's
there
something
you
they didn't elevate to the next level.
Yeah.
Last
Chompy and the
Matinee was
Girls.
definitely the better one. I like
Chompy and the
Chompy and the
Girls. You
Girls.
guys,
I like
think
Yes,
that's a really good
I loved
film.
that. I liked that a
I
lot.
think that's a really fun film. A film
I
on
did not-
Hulu.
Oh.
It's probably the most messed up movie I've seen all year. I don't know if I consider it horror, but New Order. It's on
Ooh,
Hulu.
good band. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I used to
Every
think that the day
time I
would
see
never
you,
come. Then I see the
Great.
light
Get
in the
down on my
morning sun.
knees and pray.
Awesome.
Wow.
Anybody else?
Wow.
Watson.
Wow was
you
right,
got any
I know.
recommends? Oh, I'm sorry, B. Did you have more?
Let's see. The Sinners was fun. Rose Plays Julie was good, and Cold Feet.
Wow, I don't know any of these. I'm gonna write these down. You guys listening do the same. I'm gonna write them down now.
Is Rose Plays Julie? Was that last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Came out right at the end on Shudder.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Nice. Watson, you got anything?
Yeah, I've got a few. I mean, I'll throw out. I could throw out a bunch that almost made the list, but it's a lot of the same movies. I think what I'll do here is I've got just a few movies here that wouldn't have made the list, but are, kind of like, Brandon was doing here, lesser discussed gems of the year in their own right. Like, these are movies people will want to see at some point, no rush, but they were good. Like, there's B recommended to me, The Girl Who Got Away. That was good. The Toll was fun. The Old Ways on Netflix. I thought that was pretty neat if you're into some like South American possession shit. No One Gets Out Alive. Wait, what was that? Oh yeah, that was a good one. That has a no. Is it
the girl
Yep.
The house with the girl. Yeah.
Yep.
I like that too, man. Yeah.
A creature at the end that I was like, whoa, that is some shocking imagery there. Soul, which we talked the Malaysian movie. There was a low budget one called Hurt. It was kind of like a Halloween movie. And I mean like a Halloween season movie. Brandon, did you see Hurt?
I didn't.
It's not bad. Low budget, micro budget movie, but the acting is good. The lead girl in this was captivating, and the narrative bounces around a bit. It takes place on Halloween night, and it's like a sort of a dysfunctional young married couple who he comes back from war, and he's got PTSD, and she just wants things to go back to normal, and they have a great Halloween night at a pretty cool looking place. I would love to have a Halloween festival at this location, sort of a corn maze type thing. And anyways, the movie doesn't take place there, but some bad things happen from there, and then the movie spirals. Low budget but good. Hurt. The Mayor from Norway, again, a small budget movie that takes place in just a small claustrophobic house, and it was effective. Some nightmarish imagery. It's kind of hard to tell what's real and what's not. Not necessarily my favorite narrative, but my co-host on Horror Movie Weekly, Susie, recommended it to me, and I quite liked it. Tailgate on Shudder.
Mar? M-A-R-E?
The Mayor, yeah, M-A-R-E, yep.
Okay,
Mayor,
okay.
yeah.
It's not Mary.
That was all right.
It's Mayor. Okay.
The Mayor, yeah. There's Tailgate on Shudder. That was pretty good. The Trip on Netflix, For the Sake of Vicious, like Brandon said. I think that one fooled me. At first, I was like, this is going to be pretty low budget bad, but it gets there. It's really, really violent. And then Here Comes Hell. But Brandon, I think you said that wasn't a 2021. The 30s Evil Dead.
Oh yeah. I had that. I definitely had that as a shout out a couple of years ago.
Did you? Okay. All right. And so, all right, yeah, those are the movies I have, though, that didn't make the list and didn't really have a chance to make it. They're in that 7 to 7.5 range, but just little lesser talked about movies that I think people should check out, and they're easy to find. So,
nice.
I'll just add ones that are definitely more mainstream, but that I enjoyed a little bit more than some people. Not in every case, but for instance, The Conjuring. I actually liked Part 3.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It was good.
Nobody mentioned that at all.
It's not great, but it was good. 7 out of 10. The
7.
Wrong Turn remake, 7 out of 10. Again, I think, Dave, I think you may have said it. It didn't need to be a remake.
7.5.
It could have been its own movie.
It should have been its own movie.
A requel.
A requel.
Yeah.
I already mentioned Superhost. I'm skipping through some of them because Dave talked about Old last week. Spiral again. 7. I still like it. I still
7
like it.
For me. Yep.
Army of the Dead. Way too fucking long for its own good.
I heard.
But a passable, fun zombie movie. Just more emphasis on action. 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And one that I liked a lot because I thought that this was true to the games, more so than the movies and the franchise that preceded it, and that's Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. I actually liked it. It's not a great movie by any means. No, it's a bad, and I know it's a bad movie.
It's
it's a bad movie, but I enjoyed it.
Nice. Well, hey, that happens
good
sometimes.
Things about it. I've actually heard good things about that Raccoon City one. Believe it or
Well, I
not.
like it better than most of the sequels in that series. Put it that way. Like,
is Mila in it?
No, it's completely separate from all that. But you know who is in it? The lead in 2019's Crawl, Kaya Scodelario. She's fantastic. She was in Skins, the British Skins, as the character of Effie, and I've loved her for years. She's great.
Yeah,
and
welcome, Christian. Welcome to my city. Welcome to my city.
I think that kind of sums it all up.
Happening?
I think that sums it all up. It's a raccoon. It's a visual raccoon.
Yes.
It
took me a second.
Awesome.
That was good. That's good.
Yeah.
I
looked. I saw. I looked. I laughed. Unfortunately, this was okay, but I saw people blowing it, and I know it's not a this year movie, but the amusement park. Can we just say, God bless George A. Romero. I love George A. Romero. I love a lot of his movies. This was just okay. I don't think it was fantastic, but because of the commentary, I think people are elevating this to a much higher level than
I give it like a 7.5, 8.
And I give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I didn't. Dave, I didn't watch it either.
I think that's what elevates it, though. Is you're right, C, but I think that the social commentary from 50 years ago is still super relevant. And I guess anyone could say that if you catch an old movie with this type of commentary. But yeah, people did elevate it more. I mean,
I respect him for it. The guy was actually trying to do stuff, and this is what George A. Romero constantly commented on the state of like modern horror, was that he never thought there was commentary to anything. So he didn't like the Resident Evil knockoffs of his vision of zombies or The Walking Dead, because even though The Walking Dead, can say it's making social commentary or whatever, I think he thought it was just too easy.
You know what George A. Romero did always say, though? He said, "Welcome to my city." No? Too soon?
Did Romero say that?
Yeah.
Too late. Too late.
He never said that.
Yep.
He never once uttered those words.
Well, you know what? Some of the best jokes are the jokes that only I find funny.
That's true.
Hey, that's so be it. So be it, Union.
So be it.
You know?
I know what a decent thriller was that probably because of who starred in it it was Till Death. And again, I'm not even a big Megan Fox fan, but I enjoyed that film a lot.
Yeah,
that was cool.
It was a lot of fun.
A good winter movie. Yeah.
Speaking of winter movie, you say, how come no one ever calls Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie? They called Die Hard, which I still haven't seen. I never heard anybody say that, though.
We just did it we literally just said this a couple of episodes ago. Verbatim what you said. Everybody talks about Die Hard 1 and 2, or actually really just Die Hard, even though Die Hard 2 takes place at Christmas as well. But no one brings up Lethal Weapon, which I said is a Christmas movie. Yeah. I watch them all.
It definitely is. I watched it. Right. Well, see, it was new to me, so I was like watching it. I'm like, I never hear anybody say this. How come they're so quick to say Die Hard? This is Christmas throughout the whole thing. They play Christmas music, Christmas lights. It keeps coming up in conversation. It's Christmas. Here comes Lucky. Okay. All right, let's go through this 2020 list really quick. See what we got coming up. These are what's expected in the new year. That's what I said, 2022. Every fucking time I say 2022,
Booby traps.
You guys keep saying I'm saying 2020.
Because you do.
Maybe I say it too quick.
No, you said 2020.
Maybe I did.
It's funny, though.
Maybe I can't deny it. I'll stop. Okay. Oh, Scream, we know that. Okay. I cannot believe how much that girl looks like Neve Campbell, though. I'll say it again. I was telling my wife, this has got to be her daughter. I can't believe they found someone that looks it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but it's not. Okay. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, February 18th. We already know about this. We've talked about that. It's produced by Fede Alvarez. We'll see. It'll also renew Sally Hardisty's Quest for Revenge. Okay, coming to
I hope this is somehow good. I have such low expectations for this.
Always going low. That's a smart move, though. That's okay. Going low expectations. Studio 666. That is the Foo Fighters one. February 25th.
Oh.
The Foo Fighters go to a mansion to complete their album, but frontman Dave Grohl must contend with supernatural forces first. This rock-themed horror comedy appears to channel the spirit of, wait for it, Evil Dead.
I watched the trailer. It looks stupid fun. And it's the band. It's literally the band going to complete their album, and this all shit hits the fan.
There was a movie like this last year with the musical artist Saint Vincent, where it's kind of an exploration of her, but it goes off the rails. I guess that's, I don't know if it's similar, but okay, weird.
But of a crazy train.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're officially a member of the Exploded Heads now, just by answering that one.
Yes.
Yep.
Lucky said.
Yep.
Lucky said no. Did you hear that?
Lucky
said. Okay.
You said help.
Unwelcome.
Sorry.
Yeah. Unwelcome. March 17th. Yeah, a dark horror fairy tale directed by Irish-born John Wright from Grabbers and Robot Overlords. It'll follow a couple who retreat to the countryside, only to learn of a mysterious presence living in their garden, the bloodthirsty Redcaps. The Redcaps will come when called to help souls in dire need of rescue, but it's crucial to remember that there is always a dear price to pay for their aid. Okay.
Honestly, they're trying to make that elevate that to another level. Irish-born director. Like, who gives a fuck, Irish-born?
You don't want to be known as a Canadian director?
Yeah, like no, but if he was like Alabama-born director, it'd be like skip, hard pass. Irish-born director. Talk. Give this clout. Hey, I'm trying to stick up for you fucks.
I love it.
Now here's one I really, really want to see. Actually, I could probably say I'm looking forward to it. It's in my top 3 of what I'm looking forward to. It's called X, March 18th. Ty West's return to horror is set in 1979 and sees a group of adult filmmakers in a fight for their lives against their elderly host, Mia Goth. Yay!
I knew it. Yep.
The trailer looks very good for this. It just looks like a mashup of a lot of recent films. It looks like a mashup of The Visit meets Censor meets other films. It just looks like it has the stylings of all these past like 5 or 6 year films that are really good. So I'm excited for that one as well. Absolutely.
I'm definitely, yes. At A24, Mia and fucking Ty West. I mean, what's not to love? Okay, is that the girl from fucking that? Oh, Jenna Ortega. Is that the girl from Scream that I said looks like fucking Neve Campbell? Wow, and she's in this too. Unbelievable. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Wow, another reason. Okay, Morbius, April 1st. Sony's latest Spider-Man's.
No, that's a superhero movie.
It's not going to be
a villain.
I'm sick of them trying to fucking dip their feet into our shit.
Jenna Ortega was in what's the movie I love? That was my number 1.
Babysitter
2. Yeah, she was.
Wow, I didn't see part 2. Okay.
Oh, okay.
How'd you not see part 2? It's great.
I don't know. Maybe I will now. Okay, You Won't Be Alone, April 1st. You know why I didn't see it? Because she wasn't in it.
Well, then I think
can't have it without.
I think you should watch it. Yeah, I think you need to see it then.
Okay, that's fine. Okay,
because she might be the killer.
Oh boy, I heard there's a fucking appearance, but she's not the main. Anyway, whatever. You Won't Be Alone, April 1st. In an isolated village in the 19th century Macedonia, a young girl gets kidnapped and transformed into a witch. Okay, you're talking my language. Curious about life as a human, the young witch accidentally kills a peasant in the nearby village and then takes her victim's shape to live life in her skin. She'll learn what it means to be human. I'm interested.
It's got Numi in it.
Numi, huh?
Numi Rapaz.
What about Old Me? Oh, okay.
From Lamb, from the Trip.
I've never seen that.
It's gonna.
Okay. But I will.
You didn't see Lamb?
Lamb sucks.
It wasn't horror.
Watch the Trip.
Yeah, I'm with B. Watch the Trip.
Okay. I'll watch the Trip. Is it about tripping at all or no?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There is a trip.
Yeah, they trip.
Okay, that's fine. The Northman, April 22nd.
Not horror.
Not horror, you don't think?
Not horror.
Well, okay, Robert Eggers, but listen to this fucking crew here. Oh my gosh. Listen to this cast. Alexander Skarsgård, Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicole Kidman, Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, and Bjork. I fucking love all of them. It's crazy.
It's like Eggers was like, "Hey, Lars von Trier, can you give me some of your actors?"
Right? Yeah.
It got no traction. I'm almost mad that I even put the effort in to create it. When that poster, when the trailer came out and that image was everywhere of that guy screaming, all I thought was, why is he wearing braces? So I made that joke, like I said, smile wide, from EH Orthodontics, Exploding Heads Orthodontics, as a joke, and I plastered this on our site, on our 2 pages. Nothing. Like it just like it fell so flat. I'm like, wow, I really wasted a lot of time for no reason. A lot of time.
Nobody got the reference.
A lot of time being 10 minutes. Well, no, the image was everywhere those 2 days. That's all you could see. The Northman announced. The Northman. The trailer came out and everything hit. But it was just the only thing I could see is it looks like he's fucking wearing braces. This guy.
Adventure drama.
It's a drama, not a horror movie.
Adventure drama.
Not at all.
Adventure drama.
No horror
whatsoever. Definitely not a action adventure drama.
It's a vengeance tale. That's all I know. It's an Viking revenge film. It looks for how far a Viking prince will go to avenge his father. So it's a revenge tale. So sometimes that speaks to horror.
And I think he's already getting.
It's this year's Green Knight. It's this year's Green Knight that people are going to love and want to check out, but it's not going to be horror.
And he's already they're already calling him the visionary, from the visionary filmmaker, visionary mind of Robert Edwards, which pisses me off because if you're a director, that is everything. That is exactly what you do. I hate it drives me crazy.
See, what's making me more angry
a bunch of stroking.
They're saying Irish-born Robert Eggers, and he's not even from Ireland.
We all got our hang-ups. That's the shit that bothers me. It's always these ones where it's like, in some cases, I know where they're going. It's justified, but it's a marketing gimmick, like Dee just said.
You know what? I want to see the film from the guy with no vision, the director with no vision. Like, I want to see his film. Like
that Woody Allen movie where he's a blind director. That's what I want to see. Yeah, put the camera over there, shoot that way. But sir, all the actors are over here. Shut up. This is my vision.
See, I made the joke. I might have made the joke 10 times earlier, but at least you listened.
We always listen. Don't always hear. Always listen. Okay, this movie here reminds me of something B's gonna like. I don't know why, just based on this picture. It says Hatching, April 29th.
Oh, yeah.
Chinja, a 12-year-old gymnast desperate to please her mother, finds a strange egg and decides to keep it warm until it hatches. What emerges leads to violent consequences.
Hard-boiled?
Acquired by IFC midnight last year, Hard-boiled. Hatching will make a premiere at Sundance ahead of its April release.
Dude, the poster for this it looks odd. I actually am intrigued by this one.
Sounds intriguing
it'd be a B movie.
But wait, is it from a visionary director though? I'm only going to watch it.
It's from a director with absolutely no vision whatsoever.
He's blind. He's a blind director.
Once again,
go ahead, do it again. Do it again.
Yeah. I want the camera pointed this way, but sir, all the actors are over here. Shut up! Shut up! Crane shot this way. Get the drones in.
Okay. 65. It's called 65. It comes out May 13th. Sam Raimi has joined forces with A Quiet Place writers Scott Beck and Brian Woods for 65, an original sci-fi thriller starring Adam Driver, Ariana Greenblatt, and Chloe Coleman. Plot details remain under wraps. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it's going to be horror at all. Might be. I don't know.
Adam Driver.
I can't
65.
drive 65.
Okay, Jurassic World. Another Jurassic movie's coming out. Dominion, whatever.
Really?
The Black Phone. Okay, June 24th. Oh, nice. A 13-year-old boy who finds himself locked up in his kidnapper's basement receives unlikely help from past victims who call through a broken telephone.
This is what I was... Sorry. Huh? Brandon hates it already.
Oh, I like it because director Scott Derrickson, who I love, and C. Robert Cagrill bring the scares and a pair of remarkable lead performances in this adaptation of Joe Hill's short story. So Joe Hill and fucking...
It was supposed to come out soon. It was supposed to come out, I think, in February. It got pushed back 4 months. The only thing... I watched the trailer for it, and I think the trailer starts off strong, but there's certain aspects in this film that are just absolutely laughable. There's ghosts.
I wanted to see it, too.
Don't tell me.
It looks stupid.
I'm going to watch the movie without the trailer, so we'll see what it leads to. We'll see what it leads to.
I can't get behind ghosts teaching boxing lessons. It just looks silly.
That does sound silly. I'll give you that. Okay, Nope. Coming out.
That's my most anticipated.
Kind of hard not to be. It's another fucking Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah, but I've never been more scared of a cloud.
Yeah, it is scary looking. Looks like a kite cloud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kite.
Starring Stephen Ewan from Walking Dead and Keke Palmer. Okay.
That's a good
Oh,
cast.
really? Interesting. Okay, right on. Okay, Beast, August 19th. The Universal survival thriller finds Idris Elba's character and to sell. It's probably not a horror movie.
Beast. Is that
Yeah.
that sounds like a comic book thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. Dark Harvest. This looks interesting. Set on Halloween 1963. Norman Partridge's horror novel Dark Harvest is headed to the big screen with David Slade, who did Hard Candy, 30 Days of Night, Hannibal, directing. Every fall, teen boys in a small Midwestern town participate in a hunt to catch Sawtooth Jack. Sawtooth Jack. September 9th, though. It's going to be Halloween.
That laugh.
Because it's such a stupid name. There he is! Sawtooth Jack!
Wasn't that the guy's name in the barn?
He got a case of them bad legs.
Oh, I don't know.
That seems like one of the killer's names. It was Sawtooth Jack.
Sawtooth Jack.
Kind of does, yeah.
I think it's Horrorcast Jack, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Horrorcast Jack. That's what that picture looks like. Okay, Salem's Lot, September 9th. James Wan is producing the new take on Stephen King's vampire story, Salem's Lot, for Warner Brothers and New Line, with Gary Dauberman, It, The Nun, Annabelle Comes Home, attached to write and direct the film. The plot seems that author returned to his hometown only to find it under sway of a bloodthirsty vampire. So another Salem's Lot. But good people involved, so who knows? Yeah. So, okay. Don't Worry, Darling, September 23rd.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That looks good.
Florence Pugh, all right. Stars as a 1950s housewife living with her husband in an experimental utopian community. She begins to worry it may harbor dark secrets. Olivia Wilde directs this psychological thriller. Wow.
Sounds like Vivarium a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
a little bit. So let's get on that. Okay. And
Florence and the
Olivia
Machine?
Wilde. Yeah, and that too.
Yeah, that's
And here you go,
Pew.
Pete. Halloween ends.
Pew Pew? Florence Pew Pew.
This David Gordon Green directed trilogy comes to a close.
Those are your favorite synopses.
Yeah. Did you know that it takes 4 years after the events of fucking Halloween Kills in
No.
a post-COVID universe?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they're gonna say COVID is over and it's 4 years after Halloween Kills. I kind of like that. It's jumping into the future like that. It's at the very next day.
I kind of thought Michael was going to die of COVID at the end of Ends. The last scene is him on a ventilator.
Imagine that's what kills him.
He's on a ventilator.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. Oh my god. Awesome.
And then
Okay,
they chop his head off. with a measure.
Yeah, but they still label it a COVID death.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll do that. You're
Gotta
right.
pad those numbers. Gotta.
I'm not saying shit. Man. Violent Night, December 2nd. Not Silent Night, Violent Night.
Violent
From
night.
Norwegian director Tommy
Yes, nobody
Ricola.
ever done that before. It's a
Right?
good title.
It's so obvious.
Violent-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters and Dead Snow franchise comes Violent Night, a holiday horror tale starring David Harbour from Stranger Things. Oh, the fucking
Nice.
That's the guy who did The Trip, Tommy Wirkola.
Oh, okay, I'm down.
Wait, that's the same director who did the Dead Snow movies?
I think so, yeah.
I love those two movies.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love them way too much, actually.
Oh shit. That's one to keep your eye on. then. Prey. Prey, summer 22. Oh, it's what do you call it? It'll chronicle the Predator's first journey to Earth. And it's going to be on-
Nice.
Yep. Dan Trachtenberg from 10 Cloverfield Lane. So,
Huh.
wow. It's a prequel set 300 years ago. Prey.
Okay.
Pray
All
it's
right.
good.
Yeah. Bones and all to be determined. David somebody and Luca Guadagnino, Suspiria, latest adapts Camille DeAngelis' novel, A Cannibal Story. I don't know who these people are. Timothy Chalamet and Taylor Russell play star-crossed young lovers.
That's Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
He's the new
Surviving-
Willy Wonka.
I don't want to hear about it. On the margins of society who meet and join
Our
together
listeners want to hear.
1,000-mile odyssey, which takes them through back roads, hidden passages,
Whoa.
and trap doors of Ronald Reagan's America. Oh, interesting.
Oh, now you're intrigued.
Yeah, fuck Reagan.
Ronald who?
Yeah.
Yeah, Timothée Chalamet's a great actor. That's going to be a good film.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, this is for you, Watson. Evil Dead Rise.
Ugh.
Here we go.
Beth pays an overdue visit to her older sister Ellie, who is raising 3 kids on her own in a cramped LA apartment. The sisters' union is cut short by the discovery of a mysterious book, etc., etc. Okay. Directed by Lee Cronin, the 5th entry in the franchise is expected to release to HBO Max next year. So there you go. You can watch it from the comfort of your house, Watson.
There we go. Cool.
Yep. I don't like the idea of taking it out of the woods and having it in an apartment complex. I don't like when anytime they change locales, but whatever.
Yeah, I read something Sam Raimi was talking about how, or I think Bruce Campbell was talking about how the idea now is going to be the star can no longer be Ash, so the star is going to be the Necronomicon itself and where it winds up in different places. So I think that's where they want to try to take the franchise. If
that's okay.
So yeah.
The Necronomicon is the evil, and what comes out of it. I don't need Ash in the movie. I just wish it still took place in the woods. But
sure,
I get that in real life, I guess a book like this could travel. So I mean, yeah. in a manner of speaking,
that's their goal at least. So who knows if they'll pull it off? But
right. Okay. Well, we'll see.
I heard it's the ebook. That's why it's now electronic.
Nice.
Killer Kindle, they're going to call it.
Killer Kindle.
Evil Dead Rise, you pricks.
Here's one. You know that they're doing a remake of Firestarter. I did not know. Did we talk about it last show?
Probably not.
Well, here's why. So. The guy that directed The Vigil is doing it.
Interesting. So. Is it going to be a Jewish Firestarter?
Damn it, you beat me to it. But I'm not.
I can't start another fire today. I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
I'm going up in flames here.
I'm schwitzing. It's so hot from all these fires I started.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe Dr. Lipschitz is going to be the doctor that's messing with her.
Dr. Lipschitz.
He's going to be with her. You can't do this fire. You can't do it. Stop making fires. You know, you're just going to hurt the planet.
Stay away from the
I sure hope not.
Who would you rather see? Dr. Cruz? You want to see him come back? Nothing.
Bad News Cruz?
Bad News Cruz. That a boy. Okay.
Yeah.
The Grandmother. Oh boy, B might not want to watch this movie with that title. Look.
Oh my God, they're making the movie that I made a poster for when Halloween. It's like the sequel to Halloween. 2008 was The Grandmother.
It's a spinoff. Yep, The Grandmother.
Right.
That sounds stupid already.
Susanna returns home from Madrid to find long-term care for her grandmother, Pilar. But what should be just a few days ends up becoming a genuine nightmare after Susanna notices that Pilar starts to act strangely. The latest from Rec director Paco Plaza. Oh, wow. Hopefully is releasing in 2022.
Paco Plaza.
Yes. The Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Another Haunted Mansion movie, live action, Disney. I hope it's good. We'll see. Whatever. To be determined. Hellraiser to be determined. David Bruckner's doing it. We still don't know when it's coming out. Exclusively to Hulu, though. Hopefully 2022. Infinity Pool to be determined. Brandon Cronenberg's follow-up to Possessor will star Alexander Skarsgård. James and M are young, rich, and in love and on vacation. Their all-inclusive resort boasts island tours and gleaming beaches, but outside of the hotel gates awaits something much more dangerous and seductive beyond the edge of paradise. It'll be released by Neon, and with principal photography wrap, it feels likely we'll see it sometime next year. Okay. The Innocents. There you go, see? To be determined. A group of children become drawn together by mysterious shared abilities, testing the limits of their newfound powers in the forests and playgrounds surrounding their brutalist apartment complex. As the children's loyalties shift and small cruelties escalate, their innocent play takes a dark turn towards the malevolent and strange things begin to happen. It'll be a dark superhero twist from the sounds of it, with distribution by IFC Midnight. Okay.
I thought they came out this year. No? Maybe I'm wrong.
No. You're thinking of the other fucking thing. X-Men.
Not so innocent.
Whatever. What was that X-Men movie that came out with Anya Taylor-Joy? They do the
New Mutants. That was last
New
year.
Mutants. grandmother. Awesome.
That's so the.
I got two here that I found on a list for 2021, but it was, these were festival films that hopefully come out wide this year.
And
one is called Name Above Title. It's a weird title, but The Quiet Life of a
John
Serial
Carpenter
Killer.
biopic.
The quiet life of a serial killer in Lisbon is shaken when an unusual incident suddenly turns him into a social media star. And this one is, where is this from? This is a Portuguese film. And then another film called We're All
Irish?
Going to the World's Fair. Reality and fantasy begin to blur when a teen immerses herself in a role-playing horror game online. So name above title, and We're All Going to the World's Fair.
I like the sound of it. Yeah.
I'm intrigued about both of them.
Yeah, definitely. Nice. Then we got the Monsters. We know it's fucking Rob Zombie and whatever. Hopefully it's good. I actually have faith it's not going to be dirty. I'll say that. I think he's going to do it the right way this time. I hope I'm right. Without it.
I have no question that he's just going to do it that way. I don't know why everybody just assumes.
I know.
Oh, but this is not part of his, like this is a total departure from everything that he's done so far.
I'm with you. So I hope this is right. And we're, because people are being.
Lords of Salem is different than his other. I'm sorry to
True.
hark on that. In other than Sherry Moon that everybody fucking complains about, it's different than his other films. So I don't know. I don't. But I'm the Rob Zombie apologist of the crew because I seem to like all of his movies.
That's fair. What else? My Best Friend's Exorcism. Producer Christopher Landon and director Damon Thomas's adaptation of Grady Hendrix's novel is set in 1988 and sees a friendship tested by possession. Okay, cool.
That's cool cover art, that one.
Yeah.
What was that called again? My Best Friend's Possession? Exorcism.
Yep.
What was that? Wasn't that My Best Friend's Wedding that I said a little prayer for you? That's kind of applicable here.
Yep, that's one. Yep,
that's the one.
Yeah.
It works.
Don't worry.
Prayer for you, Exorcism. Fuck.
Then we got a Benson and Moorhead coming.
Yes.
Benson and Moorhead, Something in the Dirt. When neighbors John and Levi witness supernatural events in their Los Angeles apartment building, they realize documenting the paranormal could inject some fame and fortune into their wasted lives. Finally, the money is the motivation in the found footage, which it
Dave, that's always been your thing, yeah.
That's something they find in the dirt. That was Watson's joke. Yep.
Fair.
Two more on this list. Yep. Time Cut to be determined. The writer and director of slasher comedy Freaky are reunited for their young adult horror movie titled Time Cut, with Christopher Landon producing again, and Michael Kennedy writing the short script alongside Sonia Patel. I don't know what this stuff is.
I'm very, very guarded when I hear this young adult label now.
I hear you, but I don't care.
I'm not saying I don't mind
it for novels for years.
I know for novels, but it seems to be really making its way into the movies, particularly the horror ones. I see it all the time.
Good.
Young adult, young audience, and I'm like,
gateway horror.
We need it.
I guess instead of calling it gateway horror, they're calling it young adult. It's the night books. Even that might be young. Yeah, I'm good with it too. The Freaky, the Happy Birthday to Me, whatever.
What is it leading to?
What the hell? Whatever.
That birthday movie, birthday. Yeah. Happy Death Day. Yes.
Bloody Happy Birthday Death Day to me.
Oh shit. They say it's going to be Back to the Future meets Scream. So we'll see.
Nice.
All right.
I'm in.
One more.
I'm in. I love Back to the Future. One of my favorite movies. One of my favorite scripts. And I love Scream. So that is a definite in for me.
For sure. And this one here.
I've said it on the show before. Fuck, that script is fucking great. Oh, I love it.
It's pretty great. Yep. It is pretty great. I'll give you that. Yep. Okay, Wendell and Wild. Key and Peele back together as they star as hellishly funny demons to a teen named Cat. The stop-motion animated Netflix is helmed by Nightmare Before Christmas's Henry Selick. Look for it on Netflix. Yeah, it had that look like fucking, what do you call it, does? Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, I love Key and Peele.
Oh, I'll check that out. I like that look. Like the Corpse Bride, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, yeah. And Orphan First Kill. Theatrical release January 28th. Orphan First Kill, one of the most unexpected 2022 horror movies, is a prequel to the 2009 film Orphan. So that's cool. Isabella Furman returning, reprising the role of homicidal Esther as a 30-something woman who infiltrates families by passing as a 9-year-old child. Yeah, so
I just watched that movie for the first time, like earlier this year or last year, I guess, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Orphan was good. Orphan's really good.
Man, definitely.
I thought she killed in that movie, so I don't understand how her first kill can be in this movie.
I don't know.
It's a requel.
Well, we'll see. Okay.
Maybe, sir.
Anything else? Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Another fucking thing. Well, I guess it has nothing to do with Victor Salvovating. It's a different person in completely.
Is it a young adult? Never mind.
Yeah.
No adults in this one.
Well, listen, they're trying to get the horror fans back by doing this. Listen, it's a screenplay by Sean Michael Argo and centers on a couple who cross paths with the Creeper while in Louisiana to attend a horror hound convention.
Oh, hard.
So they're trying to get us back in by doing that horror hound. So,
I never did see the third one.
Me neither.
Yeah, my son and I watched the first two last summer, and yeah, I really liked them. I forgot how much I liked them. I think I kind of hated them when I first saw them, and I have appreciation for those first two. But yeah, the three I heard was garbage, and that's interesting that they're doing this.
Definitely. I'll tell you, a lot of fucking franchise movies.
Oh God,
shit.
A lot, yeah.
Think about it, everywhere. Prequels, redos, fucking sequels, everything.
Prequels.
They really are fucking. I don't want to say they're running out of ideas, but holy shit, there isn't. Again, though, a lot of the movies we talked about weren't that way. They weren't that, but still, there is a shitload of them coming out this year. It's like, wow. So.
All right by me. Did you mention the Exorcist reboot or requel or whatever the fuck
they're coming out this year? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I
thought it was, but I could be wrong on that. And I just read an article, well, let me rephrase that. I read a headline because we were doing the show, so I just saved the article for later. That Scream is considered 2022 is considered a hit. It had a projected $35 million opening, so it's definitely a rebound from, I guess, what Scream 4 saw at the time.
Requel rebound.
That was the best joke. That was your best joke of the show.
That was your best laugh of the show.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Hey, Johnny!
Johnny Rhodes is back.
Hey, there he is. Nice.
There he is.
Rabbit in red, yeah, fucks. Rose on the rocks.
Rocky Roads on the rocks.
Whatever. Listen to something out there.
Well, you guys ready for vacation? This is it. Everyone, listen.
I've been ready for.
See, he's been on vacation this whole episode.
We're ready for vacation. There will be no shows in February. If anybody wants to be refunded, please message us and we'll refund you for the month. However,
no refunds.
I hope you guys understand why it's been a very long time. We haven't taken any breaks. We've been 3 a month consistently. There's been nothing, long shows, but there's a couple things. I'm going to absolutely put out at least one digital code a day. I have like fucking 30-something codes. And I went through all my movies yesterday for movies I haven't opened yet, and I'm going to put everyone. So at least you have a shot at digital codes every day. I got all the Avengers movie. I got the Dark Knight, Black Panther, Breakfast Club, all the Captain America, Cheap Thrills, Die Hard, Django, Don't Breathe, Evil Dead 1 and 2, Ex Machina, Expendables 1 through 3, the Godzilla movie, King of the Monsters, the Gremlins, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, Hacksaw Ridge, Halloween Kills, Hitchcock, Iron Man 3, The Nun, Predators, Rambo franchise, Ready or Not, Slapshot, Smokey the Bandit, Revenge of the Sith, Empire Strikes Back, Solo, The Thing, Thor 1 through 3. All those fucking movies I'm giving out at least one a day.
Revenge of the Sith?
On the Patreon. So there you go.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of movies.
Wowzers.
If C could teach me a good way where I can record a video and upload it here, an audio I mean, because every time I do it with my Mac and I put it up there, half the people can't play it. I will do show with fucking me and my daughter at least and some other things, so there's still some content out there.
I'll answer for safe. No, I can't do that.
No, yeah, and I'm fleecing you all.
That's okay. Even if I can find a way to Skype with her and have
Pacific
her
Northwest son of a bitch, you.
You Northman, you.
Northman. Pacific Northman.
Oh,
So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But it's going to be break time. We'll see you guys back in March. And I guess that's that. You guys have any words before we give Watson his praise and give him time to pimp?
Well, great year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great year.
Great sixth season. Looking forward to season 7. We've been picked up for another year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
and mark my words, when we return, that first episode in March, when we talk about our 2022 horror watches, I'm telling you, it's not going to be a crazy number.
Okay. I have faith in you, B.
Yeah.
Saying it now.
I just want you to be happy with this year, man.
No, I'm not limiting myself. I'm not like, oh, I want to see that, but I can't now. No, it's not that. It's just I'm pacing myself.
Cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Good. So
and we hope that at the end your number one will actually be a horror film this year. I just that's all I ask for. When
well, are you even gonna have a number one? I mean, Quiet Place 3 doesn't come out this year.
Awesome.
Boys.
Although there's enough sequels and franchises. Yeah, Salem's Lot remake is his number one. Fucking prick pass. I got no comeback and being such a prick.
What the hell?
I want to throw John Rhodes at him right now.
I want to leave it a prick note.
I want to hit him over the head with John Rhodes right there.
Uh-oh. Pizza or your dad are there.
Something's going. I gotta go make pizzas. So, Watson,
I love
thank
you
again.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You guys, the listeners, Watson, everybody. Watson, thank you again, as always. Come back anytime, What else? What do you got to say, Watson? You got to pimp anything, or you want to?
Yeah, I feel bad for last show. I mentioned it over and over in the list, but I plugged Watsy, of course, and folks, if you want more Dave Z, little Mr. Watson added to the mix here, but not as offensive as I'm being on this show. Yeah, check out the Watsy Party Horror Show. We give recommendations and avoids via mini reviews. We tackle horror-related topics of discussion that we call deep dives, but that's banned now. And then we get in depth on a horror film of our choosing. So yeah, join the party and celebrate horror with Dave and me on the Watsy Party Horror Show. You won't regret that. And I forgot to plug this last time, and I feel terrible. But check me out, everybody, on Horror Movie Weekly. Alongside Jay the Dead and newcomer Projectile Varmint. It's a shorter form podcast, about an hour long, where we review horror movies released within the past 5 years. Very proud of the work we're doing on that show, and that is Horror Movie Weekly, so subscribe to that. And the newest podcast I have the pleasure of talking about here is Jay of the Dead's New Horror Movies over at newhorrormovies.com. It's an all-star cast of veteran horror podcasters: Jay of the Dead, Dave Doc Shockbecker, the Gillman Joel Robertson, Dr. Walking Dead Kyle Bishop, and me to fuck it all up. But yes, yeah.
That's the one where they talk about girls, like they rate girls on a scale from 1 to 10, correct?
But only underage girls. They're
yes.
I just want to make sure
17 and under. Okay. No, but this is a really respectable podcast. But the show, Jay the Dead's New Horror Movies, the show just launched. Episode 1 is available wherever podcasts can be heard, and it's a truly epic undertaking. Jay has outdone himself here. We each bring a new horror movie to the table in mini review fashion. We all have our solo segment, so I get to do a little bit of a solo casting once again. Haven't done that in forever. And at the end, we all come together to review a movie from critic John Kenneth Mears' books that detail horror movies from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So, yeah, you won't want to sleep on this show, folks. Get in on this because it's going places. That's Jay of the Dead's New Horror Movies. We're at Horror Avengers on Twitter, so follow us there and comment over at newhorrormovies.com. And those are my plugs, folks. Awesome. Guys, boys, thanks for having me. It's always good to join you. And I'm feeling slap happy because I haven't slept yet. And
Yeah,
what better place
somebody get
to
this
feel?
guy a surge protector with all these fucking plugs.
Hey,
Why you like that?
it's the morning drive. No, thanks for having me, guys. It's good to join you for this wrap up show, sequel to the last episode. I always just I have a smile I'm getting laugh lines from just sitting here smiling at you lovely gentlemen. So thanks for having me. I'm honored.
You're the man. You're the man.
Well, thank you for joining us again.
Yes.
And,
I'm going to chill. But we love you all. We'll see you after the break. Thank you for all the support all these years. And, see you soon. Peace out. Manchichi, manchichi. And much love.